All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. You know, I'm feeling old this morning. I went right after the close yesterday. I went and played squash, and I ran from that to play pickleball, and I had a great time. But then I woke up this morning, and everything is sore. And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. But, you know, what can you do, I guess? At least I was able to go do what I liked yesterday. A guy who's not feeling old, though, is our good buddy Andrew. You may have noticed we haven't heard from Andrew in a while because he's on a mountain. In fact, yesterday night, he summited that mountain, made it to the top, which would have been morning. I guess that would have been like Wednesday morning in wherever he is, Nepal. But yeah, he's apparently he's good. He's healthy. He made it to the top and back again. So, whew, thank goodness. I get nervous for him every time he gets to the top of a mountain. Like I just said, I can't even play, you know, pickleball without getting sore, and he's climbing mountains. So all power to him.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Yeah. And I got a message from one of our good members here, Javier, that he's actually sharing this climb with a gentleman called Carlos Soria, which is 86 years old, Peter. So talk about feeling old. And he's celebrating his 50th anniversary from the first time he climbed this same mountain. So we can't wait to hear that story from Andrew, having a 86-year-old climbing with him. Hopefully he was able to make it. I don't know that part. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty exciting, man. So congrats to hit them if they both made it up there. Friends, a quick look at our gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. We got a bunch of stuff in the green today. Quantum continues to push higher. I mean, they're all sitting here once again with RGTI kind of leading that a little bit. I see QURE. Is QURE Quantum as well? I got to check. I feel like everything with a Q now is Quantum. If you got Q, if you start with Q, you're Quantum. Obviously, that's not factual, but just feels that way.
No, it's a biotech company.
Okay. All right. There we go. But yeah, we'll look into that. Baba also with some big news on their AI. So we'll hop into all this good stuff happening today. I see Bitcoin also leading some of this gap. So it looks like Quantum, Bitcoin, and some AI stuff, again, continues to dominate the gap up list this morning. And so did it do yesterday as well. Let's go to U.S. economic calendar. Peter, what do we have for today?
Pretty light this morning. We do have a couple things. Building permits was the thing to come out early this morning. Expected to see a 3.7% reduction. It actually was only reduced by 2.3%. So I guess that's better. It's better than anticipated on that number. The later this morning we got new home sales, which is expected to come out. That again, probably not going to move the market. To 650,000 is the expected number. It's we'll find out at 10 o'clock. But so far, none of these numbers have really been moving the market as much as anticipated. So it's been pretty quiet, actually, Carlos. So yesterday we had some interesting trading, though. I wouldn't call it easy yesterday, but there was, like, if you were in the right spot at the right time, there were certain things that, you know, a few stocks that took off. And then like just weird movement. I don't know. I find this market not as normal or predictable as it normally is. Like, you know, you get things that'll move sideways at the open and then sort of take off midday, or, you know, move heavy in the morning and then move sideways and then move again. And I don't know. It feels a little weird. So it's not bad for trading. You just have to, you know, sort of have some patience and not go crazy on things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was not easy. I went back on. I remember I was struggling with RGTI. I had a third trade on RGTI, and it finally did something. But yeah, it made us work yesterday. The market was not easy one. It was very If you remember that the SPY was all over the place, very choppy, and that translates to a couple of tickers here. All right, let's get to it, friends. Let's see what's going on with this gappers list. Let's take a look at some tickers here. QURE, as you mentioned, Peter, Biotech this morning up 161%. I mean, wow. We have traded this thing in the past before. I see I have levels down here, but today they are truly rocking. Not a low flow, sitting on the just below 50 million shares float. But man, what a pop this morning, Peter.
Yeah, and this it feels like the pop is a little too much for the news. They just refinanced about 50 million in debt and secured up to another 125 million in potential funding. This is a company that is working on ATM 130, which is an investigational gene therapy for the treatment of Huntington's disease. So that's great. I wish them all success. It would be great to find a cure, but they're not close yet. But they've got more funding to continue to pursue. So usually a company like this would move on successful trials of the drug itself. This is just funding. Now that they also did announce at the same time some results from their phase 1 study, but and that would make more sense that it's moving it. But again, the results are unsubstantiated or unproven at this point. Anyways, they still need to do more work, right? They haven't got to the end point of the study. So I have no idea what to expect out of this, whether it's going to move more. It usually is not the type of thing that I spend a lot of time watching because it tends to die off once the opening bell rings. But like you pointed out, Carlos, I mean, this is up 160%. It closed at
Mm,
$13 yesterday. So with 3 million
yeah.
shares traded, it's moving.
It sure is. What I like about this one though is different than what we usually get. As you mentioned, right? We get phase 1 approval, phase 3, whatever the case may be, or it's not going well and you get a big drop. But funding should be interesting. Like I want to see how this is going to trade when the heavy volume hits based on the funding they're getting. So I will add it to my list. I don't think it's a primary because again, I think it's still going to be tough to trade, but definitely on the secondary. I want to see where it goes from here after receiving that positive news there. CLPT is next. So CLPT is up 31%. ClearPoint Neuro seems like another biotech or pharma company here, up 31%, 1.5 million shares traded. You can see here is doing a pretty good this morning.
Yeah, it's funny. Every time I call up one of these tickers that I'm not familiar with, usually the way it comes up on my screen, I see the name of the company, ClearPoint Neuro in this case. I see the sector that it's in, medical devices sector, and a U.S. based company. And then I've got to scroll down to the news, and I just realized I didn't realize how much I did this, but I'm like now keeping my mental fingers crossed every time, and I'm like, please be doing your core business. Don't be another another treasury thing, another crypto treasury. And I was happy when I scrolled down, and it looks like they are still working on their core business. So it looks like they had they're actually it's related to the Unicure that we just looked at. Apparently, they sell the imaging equipment that allows the surgical implantation of the gene therapy that Unicure is working on. So the fact that Unicure got more funding means more potential business for ClearPoint. So this is a very much a sympathy play, but at least they're doing their core business.
Yeah,
Proof.
they are. I'm not sure. Again, it is in play. Lower flow stock sitting at 25 million, so not extremely low, but under that lower threshold that I like to see. Usually above 40 million is where I like to be at. But pre-market is looking great. I like the pre-market this morning. Very active, 1.5, up 40%, 31% with some actual news, which is good. Not sure. Not sure on this one. Maybe a secondary. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. See how it looks a little bit later. All right, continuing on this gappers list again, friends, brought to you by tradingterminal.com. One of my favorite tickers coming up here is BABA. Again, I'm waiting for this thing to start day trading well. It has not lately. Today, they're up 9% with 4 million shares traded, Peter. Might be on my list today, man. Might be on my list today. So let's see if today is the day. But they got some big news going on today.
Yeah, and it might be worth trading just because they seem to have grabbed everybody's imagination and attention. They announced that they are increasing their funding. They previously announced that they were going to invest around 50 billion. The conversion rate, because they often announce it in won, so you have to convert it to US, and the number is somewhere between 50 and 53 billion dollars that they said they were going to invest. They said, you know what, they're prepared to put a lot more than that into it because their analysis shows that the AI market, the investment market for AI equipment, should reach about $4 trillion over the next 5 years, and that Alibaba is committed to being a significant global player in that segment. So, yeah, they're basically just throwing around big numbers that they are. They're prepared to play, and maybe Carlos, I don't know if you have that picture that I had put, but it amused me last night, that little image that I ran across. Have you got it there, or I can put
Oh
it on
no,
the
I
screen?
don't. This one you share with the charts. Yeah, I don't have it.
Yeah, here, let me. I'll put it up on my screen. Here
Yep.
is the image that I looked at. This is part of what it's sort of funny because there was an announcement the other day about Nvidia investing 100 billion in OpenAI. But if you follow the news thread, Nvidia is investing 100 billion in OpenAI, and OpenAI is going to be investing with Oracle, and Oracle is buying Nvidia gear for 100 billion dollars, and it is exactly like the picture. You basically everybody's investing the
Let's
same
feed
amount
each
in each
other.
other. So it's not really 300 billion out there. It's sort of like, hey, Carlos, can you lend me 20 bucks, and I'm going to lend this guy 20 bucks, and then they'll give you back they'll pay back the 20 bucks I borrowed from you. So, it's the same $20, but we all think there's $60 out in the market. As I said, it feels a lot to me sort of like that whole subprime mortgage, right? Where you take the same mortgages and you repackage them, and it suddenly becomes like inflated, exponential number of valued mortgages that people are betting on out there. But it's I'm not sure. I'm increasingly a little worried about the Ponzi scheme that this is becoming, whether it's intentional or not. But what can we do, right? This is the world and the market in which we live, and I think we just have to deal with it. So in the short term, hey, let's trade on it and make some money, and I'm happy for that. So Baba is probably our latest opportunity to trade on this, as they're putting some money behind their vision of AI.
Yep, yep, absolutely. With AI, as we see Baba here joining in the party with their 50 billion investment on AI, and again, it's up 9%, so doing pretty well here. I like it today. It has not been day trading very well. I'm hoping this news with this volume can get something going with Baba, so we'll add it to my list and hope that there's some opportunities here for us to play them today. Continuing off the gappers list, SLNO up on the list as well. They're up 12% this morning. 44 million shares flow for 538,000 shares traded. It seems low on volume on the daily. Seems very, very low. Their biggest day, 8.3 here on going back to the 10th of September, and today they're looking to make another big move. Peter, is what's the news on this? Maybe the news might be worth watching this one, but right now I
This
don't like
is
what I see.
Yeah, there's a lot of biotechs here for a Wednesday. Normally, biotech is Monday type thing, or Friday sometimes for whatever reason. But it's weird to see so many on a Wednesday. But anyways, Soleno Therapeutics is here as the EMA. Who's the EMA? That's some approval body. The European Medical Association, anyways, has approved the launch of VYKAT, VICAT XR, which is a approved treatment for hyperphagia and Prader-Willi syndrome. Don't worry, we all have trouble pronouncing drugs, whether it's acetaminophen or, sorry, I shouldn't have said that, hyperphagia syndrome. It is what it is. But SLNO is, yeah, basically got approval from the European Union for the launch of this drug.
There you go. I don't know how if I like this one or not. I'm gonna
I
just
don't
keep it
think
off for
so.
now. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it off.
Yeah, I don't know that I don't know. It's only got 500,000 shares, Carlos, and if I look at the minute by minute, it's very spotty. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Not a fan at all at the moment. All right, back to our list, friends. Let's see what we got here. We looked at the top three, actually top four or so. Let's do one more. Then we want to hop around to Quantum. I see some other Chinese tickers too. We looked at Baba. I see Baidu. I see JD on here as well. So if you like those, take a look at them. But we'll hop to Quantum and we'll look at the coins, right? The Bitcoin tickers that are here this morning as well. So let's look at one more BREA. I feel like we saw this yesterday. We did. So this was on our list yesterday, the day before, and down 2.4, 366,000 shares traded. Hard to borrow. You can short it. It is on SSR. Just way too many red flags for the way I like to trade. Their daily looks nice. Like it wants to try some of these highs again, maybe above 30 here if it can get back to the pre-market high. But for the most part, I'm not feeling everything else on it this morning, Peter.
No, I mean, this is a continuation of their previously announced investing in the Solana treasury. They've got some big backers. I mean, they've got a company called Pulsar Group, which is backed by UAE money. They've got Rockaway X, ARK Investment. So they got a number of people have contributed to their pool of money that they're going to be using to buy Solana. But it's these ones are always tough to trade, right? Because the money we know is going into the treasury, which means they need to acquire. So it's more or less basically tied to the valuation of the whatever crypto they're choosing to, purchase. So Solana today is at $212, which means it hasn't really moved much. It's fact sort of at the lows of the last few days. I think I mentioned yesterday it hit a high of about $250 mid last week. So in a week, it's dropped from 250 to 212. So,
Yep.
this is where it's risky, right? So is it a buying opportunity? Sure, unless it goes lower. But anyways,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
they're doing. They're buying it.
Yeah, not a big fan. All right, let's look at Quantum, right? So Rigetti has been just on a pure tear on their daily. You can see here every day in the green ever since September 11th, right? There's not one red day here. Everything is just up and up and up. You did have some gap down, but that gap down was quickly pretty much back up towards the highs of the previous day. So again, it's been doing very well. Yesterday higher and today already up 2%, was up even more, but giving some back this morning. Again, I like the volume. Give us a little bit of a hard time yesterday to get going. Finally did give us a breakout, which I was thankful to be part of. So we did get finally a breakout here towards 10:30, and we took advantage of that. So hopefully it trades better out of the gates today. I like the volume. I like what it's doing here, Peter. I'm going to have it on deck. How about you?
Yeah, Rigetti's a funny one. I mean, it's on my mind because every once in a while, something you do will kick off a weird process. And in my case, a week ago, I traded RGTI short, and every single day I'm getting these short locate notifications from Interactive Brokers. And today I got another one just before the
Yeah,
show that said, "Hey, we've located shorts for you." I'm like, I don't care. That was a
it's
week
too late.
ago.
Too
Like,
late. Yeah.
thanks, but
Yeah.
whatever. Like, you stop telling me. Anyways,
And you
uh,
might get them for like weeks to come. Like it's so weird how they do that. It has happened to me
I
before
know, and
too.
you
But you
it
got
feels like
filled, so
random offerings.
yeah, it's just strange. It's strange.
Yeah.
But you did get filled on that order
Anyways,
besides just like one share, right? I think it is or
it
something.
was one share.
It
I
did not
know.
get filled.
Well,
Yeah.
well, again, I think I'm getting it because I'm pretty confident what happened is when I went to short it, that's all I got filled for, right? Like my order was bigger, but I only got partially filled for one share. So,
Okay,
I
gotcha.
was
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
for 500 shares or whatever it was, and I got filled one. So
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's why I'm getting the short locate notice because they're saying, look, we fixed the problem again. I'm
Short it
over it.
now.
Now, who knows? I may short it again today, and that'll come in handy. But you don't have to tell
Yeah,
me. Like,
yeah,
I can look in the tool. It says it's
yeah.
short. It says
That's
there's a 1.1 million
1.1
shares
million.
for short.
Yeah, plenty,
Yeah.
plenty. All right, so let's see here, friends. Let's see what else we have. So again, I have Rigetti. There's some other ones on deck here as well on this list. I saw Rigetti. I saw QBTS, QUBT. Those are not having the big move as Rigetti is on the daily, right? If you look at QBTS and QBUT, I'm sorry, QBTS is having a good daily, but the QUBT is I think it's the one that doesn't look as great as these two. So both of those in play. I like Rigetti. I'm always getting confused with so many letters here.
Yeah.
QUBT. Here we go. So this one for some
I
reason
think
not moving as great as the other ones. The other two for some reason.
yeah, I think you like Rigetti because there's no Q in it. So just doesn't confuse you. But whether that is or not, but you're right. RGTI and QBTS are the two that I find
Yeah.
move the best. They get the best volume. They
Yep.
actually have the sort of the best looking daily charts too. So, but yeah, if there's two that I would pick, those are my top two.
Yeah, I'm gonna have those on my list here. Bob and Rigetti so far this morning. So I'll keep Rigetti on. I'll think about QUBT as well. All right, and then we have Coin, right? Coin also has been making some noise. We saw CLSK be pretty good, yes, as far as gapping up. I didn't really watch the actual intraday action. Let's take a look on how that turned out. Actually, not bad. Not bad. It struggled in the morning at first, but then became a beautiful short right off the VWAP here, losing the low of the day and then continuing lower. So not a bad trading stock if you're watching it. Looks like later parts of the morning. And I don't know any other ones that are in play, right? As far as this one, CLSK has seemed to be the better of the bunch. I mean, they're the ones with the news that had gapped up pretty significant yesterday, if you guys remember that. So, not sure if I'm gonna have them today, Peter. I mean, right now 900,000 shares traded, up 2.3. It's up, but it's not blockbuster looking to me at the moment.
No. Well, I mean, the again, it's sort of these tied to crypto prices, right? And the crypto prices have been a little depressed. Bitcoin, for example, also down 113,000 right now. Was as low as 112,000. Again, this time last week was up at 117, 118. Which is again, it's very sedate compared to how it used to move. Remember when it used to pop 10 or 20% in a day? It's sort of settled down, which is I don't know what that means. Maybe it means nothing, but it's tough to tell, right? Because it's such a young sort of financing method or avenue. So yeah,
Yeah.
don't know what to expect. In this sector, yeah, Clear Spark is not something that, or Clean Spark. I always forget which. Anyways, whatever it
Yeah,
is,
clean
CLSK.
spark. Yep.
Yeah.
And
Clean Spark. They are not one of my best trading stocks. Coin either. I like Coin longer term, but they've sort of almost become boring, right? Because they're the bricks and mortar of this sector, because they're the one providing the infrastructure on which everybody is trading, and it seems to have settled them down. What has been moving really well is Robinhood. Robinhood is sort of an up and comer behind them, just from a services, and they've been taking advantage of that. I mean, if you sort of swung trade this or decided you're going to buy and hold, this has been a good year for you if you're trading Robinhood. Its intraday is moderately
yeah,
interesting, but not easy. If you
yeah,
look at yesterday, it had some interesting moves, but look what happened in the afternoon. You got to be careful. Like, imagine if you took this thing long, you said, "I'm doing awesome," and walked away for like 10 minutes right at 1:30. You could have been like, if you didn't have a stop in place, or even if you did, you can come back and say, "What the hell happened?"
yeah,
Anyways,
yeah. Yeah, they're crawling higher on the daily, but again, even the day before, if you look at that, the big move came towards the end. Everything out intraday, all the way until about 2 o'clock, was pretty bad, right? So again, intraday has not been all that easy to trade on this one, but their daily continues to push higher. So maybe a secondary. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of volume here. Actually, I'm not even gonna add it to the list. If you guys see something great, call it out to us. We'll take a look at it. All right, Peter, we'll stop here. We kind of covered the majority of the stocks that are making noise this morning. Anything else you like gapping up today?
gapping up. Well, pretty much all of the Magnificent Seven stocks are gapping up. So pick whatever you want. Tesla has been a nice, steady player. I mean, it's gapping up this morning, but this is after a relatively big pullback yesterday. But it's as you can see, that sort of biggish red candle from yesterday, but it's still in this good zone here of trading. So again, you could have another one of these. It might be an inside day, but it could easily trade within yesterday's range and still give you lots of room to move and to profit. So be watching Tesla, I think, more closely than most. And of course, we can't ever take our eye off Nvidia. right? Nvidia, as much as it really hasn't done much from, if you're looking at this on a longer time frame, a daily or weekly chart, you're like, well, it's right where it was, 2 months ago, from a price perspective. But it's had a lot of interesting moves in the interim, sort of in that range. So I like Nvidia and keep it top of my list.
Yeah, Nvidia, Tesla will definitely be on the list today, especially because I'm not coming off a whole lot of this gappers list. At least the gap up, not a lot that I like this morning, so I might be adding some of these on here. Let's take a look what's gapping down today. We have only four this morning, five with just Rocket Lab showing up here. ACAD, Acadia Pharmaceuticals. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, this is ugly. This is really ugly. So down 12%, 371,000 shares traded. I mean, this is just bad. I don't see anything I like here on this pre-market action. And the daily, again, doesn't look all that good. Besides, it's gap down, very light on the volume. What's the float on this? It's actually not a low float, sitting at 167 million. So it is a pretty decent sized float, but their stock is brutal, Peter.
Yeah, they did not meet the primary endpoint of a phase 3 trial, which is a very late stage trial. So they've invested a lot of time and money in this, and they did not hit their target. So basically, it's a failed drug. So it's a double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled global phase 3 trial. So, but it's interesting. As I was reading it, I was hesitating because it's also treating PWS, which is this Prader-Willi syndrome, which is we just saw that in another drug trial that was going well. So, seems to be multiple companies working on the same sector. So, probably a double hit that one of their competitors has a drug that seems to be going better, although that was a phase 1/2 trial. And this is a later stage phase 3 that is not delivering well. So,
Yeah. We'll leave this thing alone here. Let's look at BE this morning, and if we look at BE today, what do we have here? We are down 9.1, 1.4, 1.1 million shares traded. We saw this yesterday too, and man, it just continues to drop. It's not having a fun time. So sold off yesterday, selling off today again. Again, not the easiest stock to trade, but they are just on a highway to hell. It seems like here the last 2 days.
yeah, they had a downgrade today from Jefferies. Basically, they moved them from a hold to underperform and put a price target on the stock of $31, which is less than half of the current price and a third of, well, almost a third of where they had been just 2 days ago. So, yeah, Jefferies quite bearish on Bloom Energy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it looks great pre-market. Maybe today they could trade well, Peter. I'm on the fence here. Their flow's
Uh,
217. I mean, they normally don't trade very well, but they seem to be on a roll downhill. So maybe we should join this party a little bit. I'm not sure, man. Not sure.
yeah, I'm not, yeah, not me. I'm staying away from it.
Yeah, Peter's like, I'm not having any part of that. Gonna put in a second there. I want to see how this looks when volume comes in. Maybe today's our day. I do like this drop continuation here that we're getting. We'll see how this looks a little bit later. Next on here, FCX, which is another one that we've seen plenty of times on our gappers list come up here today. They're down 7.4, 1.5 million shares traded. So a big drop for them. Daily's not ideal, very messy. Pre-market, again, some volume, Peter. So obviously something not going well for Freeport McMoran, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, Freeport McMoran, they're a miner, and they said both their largest lines, copper and gold, they're expected to see reduced sales, down 4% in copper, down 6% on gold. So they're not saying the prices are going down; they're just saying that the volume of demand, I guess, for those minerals is expected to be lower. Minerals, anyways, whatever. For copper and gold. So that's what's dragging them down this morning. Not tradable. This miners never seem to be good day trading targets. Almost never. I can't say never, but very rarely. So I don't believe today's the day for FCX.
Yeah. Continuing here, AL. ALAB. Let's see what we got here. ALAB. And we are down 4.7, 869,000 shares traded. Another one of these that, again, I normally don't look at, right? It's just that they don't attract me as far as the volume on the daily. The intraday is not as clean, so I usually stay away from these. But another red day, well, another red morning at least for them as they continue to drop here from their highs of 260 down to 219 so far. But look at the volume. You're in the pre-market. It doesn't trade well. It just doesn't trade well. So I'm hesitant to put this on my list. But again, just not sure on it, Peter.
Yeah, I don't. This is one of those smaller semiconductor companies that we don't typically follow. They delayed some shipments. Looks like they're delaying product shipments because of an inventory buildup. It's never what anybody wants to hear, right? They want to hear they've got more demand than they can handle, but in this case, they basically have unsold inventory, so that's what's dragging them down. Yeah, not putting it on my list either.
Yeah.
And there was a good comment, by the way, made in the Bearable Trading chat room that say, it all depends on how you trade, and I agree with that, right? Just because I say I'm not putting it on my list, don't let that dissuade you. If you think it's a good opportunity, your trading style and strategy could lend itself fantastically well to anything that we're talking about here. So if you look at it and say this provides great opportunity, I like what it looks like, then by all means trade it, right? I mean, we can only provide perspectives from our own point of view, and that's what Carlos and I do every morning, and that's why we go through the gappers list, right? Because while I'm saying I'm not going to trade it, you might, and you might want to understand what's happening with it. So yeah, don't. This is partly
Yeah.
why we read out the moderators list, right? Because every mod's got a different approach to the market, and you'll notice that there's often some stuff on there that we're not even looking at. So it's just to
Yeah.
give you some
Yeah.
perspective. So
Yeah, I agree 100%. And Say Smart is asking, what if we trade on a prop firm? We don't. We're trading our own money, so be mindful that we
yeah,
are also biased. Like for example, if I go long AMD, I'm trading my own money, so I got skin in the game, right? So don't take that as I'm right. Be biased towards me, like, hey, this guy is trading his own money and he's looking at AMD a certain way, right? So don't take that as gospel. It's very, very important. And it also depends on the strategy. Like, I remember when I started trading, and Andrew will say, I'll have my list together before Andrew comes on live, and he'll come on in the chat room and he'll say, oh, this stock is garbage, but I like the ticker, right? But not knowing any better, I will just get rid of it. Now there's ways to agree and disagree, right? Agree to disagree, per se. So what can be garbage for me could be gold for you. So keep that in mind. Your strategy could be completely different to what Peter and I are looking for. RKLB is next on the list here. Pre-market action is very active, guys. So down 2.4. Was in the green this morning, as high as 54, down to 51.65 here. 765,000 shares traded. Dailies is funny. It looks choppy, but you do got like some $5 moves in here in a couple of days, at least $4 moves.
hmm
So it can move. I have looked at it in the past. I have traded it in the past. I like the pre-market. Maybe today could be their day to get some opportunities here. Peter, any news? It seems like a lot of volume for them this morning.
it doesn't seem like there's anything completely new. A week ago, Monday, they announced that they were issuing $750 million of at the market calls or at the market stocks. So, it's a cash raise, which is good. There's some good news in the industry. I think the Falcon, not their, which is not their rocket, but SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket successfully landed, did a platform land. And, it's always good for space exploration when any rocket sort of has successful launches and recoveries. Um, yeah, I'm not sure why today versus any other day, but it's if on the daily chart, it's in an interesting range, I've got to say. I mean, it had some it's just sitting here, like you said, sort of chopping here, and it's in this $50-ish range that provides opportunity, top side and bottom side, right? If it loses support, a drop below 47 would be fascinating. On the other side, if it gets some support and enthusiasm, anything over 54 will be interesting. But right where it sits right now, feels like it's might it's just a chop zone. So be careful here. Can't hear you, Carlos, if you're talking.
Oh, I am on mute. So that covers our gap up and gap down brought to you by trainterminal.com. Peter, anything that's gapping though? I know a lot of our, it's funny, a lot of our usual suspects and Max 7s are not on this list, right? As you mentioned earlier, like I don't see PLTR, I don't see NVIDIA, I don't see Apple. None of them on either gapping up or down this morning. I don't see MU here, which had earnings last night.
Yeah.
I thought they
Well,
were up, so we'll look at that in a second. But Peter, yeah, anything you want to bring up or anything you have that's not on
well,
the
you,
list this morning?
you just mentioned the key one, which is Micron. I'm surprised MU is gapping down now, not by much here, but and it was up originally on earnings, which happened after well at the close yesterday, and it was good news, right? I mean, Micron is really had good news. They beat their numbers, delivering 11.3 billion, if I remember, in revenue. I forgot to write that one down. But over their estimate, their earnings were higher than expected, and they've got a huge pipeline demand. They say basically their demand exceeds their ability to produce, which is always good. So there's a big backlog, and it's basically all over their core AI memory chips. The advantage for Micron is that they are not. I mean, they are sort of a competitor to NVIDIA, but not really. In fact, a lot of people their memory chips can support the NVIDIA processing units, right? So, and they build memory specifically that can, work with the high-end AI infrastructure, setups, I guess, that people are putting together. So these configurations require a lot of elements, including, very rapid use and high capacity memory chips, which Micron provides. So it sounds like a good news story, but they are not benefiting today. But as we've seen so many times in this semiconductor space, like you have to blow the doors off it before getting rewarded. And their numbers were good. They even, I said, increased everything, right? Their in quarter numbers, their future quarter numbers, but I guess it didn't wow the market enough to push them higher today. So we'll see what happens. I think this one is worth watching. It should be in play today. And keep in mind that the big money has not yet voted. So I think there's an opportunity for movement on Micron. I am going to be watching it today just to see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, I like it today as well. Again, we got the volume at 22 million shares traded this morning, so the volume is there.
What?
Um,
No.
Oh,
Micron?
sorry. No, no. I'm looking. No, no. I'm looking at my mistake. I'm looking at another one that I was just funny. I got asked a question. I'm looking at ALAC, which we'll look at in a few minutes here. No, Micron has only 2.6 million, but I do like it this morning. The one I was talking about was LAC, which is another one that's up 70% on some lithium battery news. I think Trump had mentioned something about it yesterday. So it's up massively here. So we'll look at that in a second. If you're wondering why it's not on our gappers list, it's under $5, right? And probably the ATR is not it's not above 50 cents, which is two of my filters that are going to prevent that probably from being on the list. So it's just getting above $5 here this morning. All right, but as far as MU, yeah, going to add this to the list, friends. I think today could be their day. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, what else, Peter?
Well, you mentioned LAC. There's interesting news we could just for a second talk about.
Yeah,
Like you said, didn't make our list here, but the Trump or the presidential effect, I should say, is happening here, and it always happens, right? If a president mentions a specific company or segment, it's always going to move, and and President Trump is very influential in moving things when he mentions them. So he did make a mention yesterday of the fact, well, his administration made mention that they are looking to invest in American lithium, knowing that there's a huge demand for lithium around the world, especially with the advent of electric cars and batteries. And lithium, of course, used in almost every major battery out there. And they said they're looking to potentially take up to a 10% stake in Lithium Americas, which is LAC. So that sent the stock moving much higher after that announcement. As you can see, it's pretty much doubled in price overnight. Not quite. It's sitting at $5 now from a close of $2.98, but it was as high as 5.50. So I think, yeah, this might be an interesting in play move. Just keep in mind, there's a lot of stuff going on here. It's a NYSE, New York Stock Exchange traded stock, which means it moves a little different. It's hard to borrow, which means you can't short it. You can only trade it to the long side. And it's it's going to be news driven. So we just need one counter statement to say, oh, maybe we've changed our mind, or they're not going to invest, or maybe a statement from the company saying we haven't heard directly from the administration. You never know, right? So, or it could be one in support, and this thing will skyrocket, and it'll be $10 before the markets close today. But either way, might be worth watching if you don't mind the sort of higher risk. Sort of this isn't a low float, but you can anticipate it trading like a low float today.
Yep, yep. Um, I will be watching it here, guys. Risky one, of course, to be extra cautious with this one. So I'll add it to my list as well. Peter, anything else that you like this morning that's not on our list?
From a gap down perspective, there's a lot out there that's gapping down. You can pick from a couple of ones that we've been watching over the last few days. IonQ gapping down a little bit this morning. It was very hard to trade at the open yesterday. Some better movement later in the day, but yeah, it was not an easy one. But so I'm tentative on putting it on my list. One that has been moving that people have been watching is Oklo, OKLO. Very like it's a big movement again on this one yesterday. Just yeah, again, tough trades, but great
Yeah.
opportunities. If you're in at the right time and you can take advantage of these moves, then OKLO has certainly been in play. But I watched it, but haven't really been close to taking anything just because of how difficult it is. That's another one, and the semiconductor sector is feels like it's in play again today. A lot of talk about it in different avenues, right? Whether it's AI with Baba and some others, whether it's the MU earnings, whether it's Nvidia's investment in OpenAI and stuff like that. So I feel like this whole sector's in play. So pick whichever one you want, whether they're big or small. There might be some opportunity out there. So Carlos, other than that, yeah, I think we got to keep our eyes open today. It could be a moving feast. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I like Oklo. We had a great trade on it 2 days ago, I believe, as a short. Again, it's difficult to trade. Look at the spread. Make sure the spread is not anything crazy. I will add it to my list, and we'll see how this looks in a second here. All right, let's stop here, friends. We got a bunch of stuff. Baba, Rigetti, MU, LAC, Risky. Be careful with that one. And we have Oklo as well. And then I got a few on my secondary. I do want to add POTR. It's another one of my favorite tickers to look at. So I will add them to the list. And then I have none of my Max 7s on here. But if you guys see something great on Tesla or Nvidia, which we normally, many people keep an eye on, call it out to us. But today I'm going with non-Max 7 list, Peter. That's my list today. And
okay.
I'm gonna try to stick to it. Let's see what happens. All right. Let's start in chat. What do you guys like this morning? MRVL. This is a stock that we've seen in play many times, many times. And I want to trade them, but every time I look at their pre-market action or their intraday action, I don't find a good opportunity for me to jump in. And I'm saying that because we watched this stock a bunch of times, and I just never seem to find a good opportunity to jump in. So they're up 3.6 here. Something got going just about 5-10 minutes ago. 671,000 shares traded. I mean, nice pop for them. We can see how this continues. Maybe a possible for now, but again, I never find anything great on this thing, Peter. I'm not sure about you.
Yeah, it's a tough one to trade. They did have an announcement a few minutes ago that the board of directors have approved a $5 billion stock repurchase program. They already have a stock repurchase program underway. They had previously approved about $2 billion. And that, in the last quarter, I think they repurchased about 300 million of their own stock. So the fact that they're putting more of their money behind buying their own stock is usually seen as good news. I don't know. I don't like that as tradable news though. So I'm just going to be avoiding Marvell. I'll stick with MU, Nvidia, and AMD in that sector today.
Yeah, yep. We'll leave it alone. Let's see what else, friends. Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's being mentioned on both sides here in chat and also on YouTube. I mean, it's pretty flat right now. It's pretty flat, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of all the Max 7s at the moment. They're not really doing a whole lot. If you look at them, Tesla, how's Apple doing? Apple's had a great run over the last a week or so of trading. And again, it's just kind of quiet. I think they're waiting for the open, the heavy money to come in, see what the SPY, well, not the SPY, what the overall market wants to do. Are we going up? Are we hanging out here for a little bit? But they're pretty quiet right now. So I don't see anything great. We'll see how the market opens, what the SPY does, and then we can look at our favorite top stocks to trade. Nvidia, let's take a look here. Same thing, just quiet, barely up this morning. It's got a little bit of volume, but they're coming off again. They're coming off some big moves. Like if you look at Nvidia on the daily here, you do got the some pretty nice moves. 175 to 183, sold off on yesterday from 182 down to 176 and then recovered. So there is some big move opportunities, but the pre-market right now is just not looking all that great as far as any movement. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure that when the volume comes in, if the market's going to trend in any direction, or not even the market. Let's talk about tech, right? Because tech has been the one really pushing things higher. Starting with Apple. Apple has been one of the biggest movers in the last couple of days here. So we'll have to see. All right, let's take two more. Then we'll head over to our community events and announcements. What else do we have? Let's look at, you know what, Chill Vlog. I like both of the tickers you're mentioning here. Well, I like one, Oracle. But let's look at both of these because they've both been in play, Open and Oracle. So looking at our Open first, 20 million shares traded right now. We are up 6.1. A couple of days in the selling off here in the red, and today looking to bounce from that up 6%. So I like the pre-market. Pre-market looks very clean here. So I think it's a good one. I have way too many on my list right now. Maybe I'll get rid of BE, which tends to be a little bit hard to trade. Peter, what's your thoughts on Open this morning?
My thought is that it's I did trade this, was it last week or the week before? And I wasn't loving it, I have to admit. So I noticed it's on short sale restriction. Not a big deal, frankly. You just need an uptick on it. But I find it tough to read just because it's one of those funny stocks that it gets so much volume every single day. Like its average volume is almost 380 million shares. So
Yeah.
it's always got lots of volume, but um, that volume sits on the level two and doesn't help me understand where it's going to go. So it's not a great target for me.
Yeah. If I have more space, I will add it. But again, my secondary list is pretty tight right now. Let's see
Mhm.
BE, and I like BE today. Today is one of those days where BE, I do like what I'm seeing here. I know it's a tough stock to trade,
Uh,
but I really like their pre-market activity today. So
uh,
let's see. Let's see how their spread is. Got to get better than that right now. It's showing almost 60 cents. So it's
just
40 cents. It's got to get better than that. So we'll see.
Alex on the palm tree is asking a good question. So yeah, and thank you for asking because sometimes we use insider terms that may not be familiar. So when something's on SSR, it stands for short sale restriction, and what they do is they want to make sure a stock just doesn't go straight down. Often they can restrict your ability to short it, which means the stock has to increase in price by at least 1 penny for you to be able to short, which means you can only short it when the price is going up. All right, so that means
Yep.
if the price just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping, you would not be able to short. They would restrict your ability to do so. But all you need is one penny move higher, and then you can short it and it'll move down. So if you put in, usually I use like a marketable limit order. Basically, my order will sit there until the stock ticks up by a penny, and then I get filled, and hopefully it's going to drop and doesn't continue to go higher. So it just makes it that a little bit more difficult to short it, and it stops the continuous runs. So that's what that means. Again, you may not notice it. You could trade something short that's on SSR and never notice the difference. But if you're not getting filled, sometimes that could be the reason.
Yep. And just to add to that, although we're gapping up today, this
So
triggers based on yesterday's actions, right? So you see here,
yeah.
here's the trigger, and then this lasts until I think is it off after hours today, the post hours, or maybe tomorrow morning. I'm not sure when it actually comes off. If it's just after the close today, but yeah,
I,
we'll see.
yeah, I think
I'm
it's
not sure.
after. I think it's like after the trading day for tomorrow would be.
Okay,
I
so it'll
think
be
is
all
would
day
be.
today,
Yeah,
even into the after hours. Okay, so tomorrow,
I
if it
believe so.
doesn't
Yeah.
continue to highway to hell here, then yeah,
I'm,
the SSR will come off.
I'm not positive
Um,
about that, but we can look up those rules. But
yeah, not
Alex
100%
has
on
got a
that, but yeah.
follow-up question. Why do
Hmm.
people talk about short locate then? So short locate, you might as well handle this. It helps people out here. That's a whole. That's basically a different rule, right? And a whole different thing. That's specific to your broker, whereas a short sale restriction is often put on by the market against the stock in its entirety. A short sale, the short locate is usually when your broker says, because the broker that you work through, that you sell and buy and sell shares through, holds inventory, and that's what allows you to short. So depending on which broker you're with, you may have different number of shares and different availability of stocks that you can short. So a short sale locate is when your broker says, hey, I didn't have any inventory of that specific thing you were looking to short, because in theory, in practice, they have to have shares that they're holding that they can lend you basically to short. And they say, what we've done is we've gone out and we will find them. Or you can request specifically that they go out and find them. That's the locating shorts or shares to short. So that's what that means. It's a broker specific statement, and that's what I was talking about on Rigetti. How my broker is sending me these notices saying, "Hey, we found some for you," and I'm like, "That's great. I don't need them anymore."
Yeah. And not all brokers allow you to short locate. I know Centerpoint used to
Right.
have them way back when, and they did allow you to locate. And depending how hot the stock is, man, it is expensive to short
It's
locate these
expensive. Yeah,
things.
there's a
It's
big difference
expensive.
between
Yeah.
the big difference between the broker doing it on their own. So like my notice is the broker just saying, "Hey, we're doing it anyways. We're just letting you know about it." If I specifically request I want shares for short and they go find them for me, they will charge you an extra fee for that, right? They're providing you a service, they'll charge you a fee. But as Carlos said, that fee can be very steep. Like it can
Yeah.
be $1 or more a share. And if you're trading a $5 offering, like it takes a lot of movement for you to be able to
Yeah.
get that money back. So I've never requested anything for short, and I don't think I ever will.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I used to when I know what the heck I was doing, and I remember
yeah,
paying 250 because I was so convinced this thing was gonna drop
there you
further,
go.
and it did. But yeah, if that goes wrong, you're losing 250 out of the gates here. All right, friends, let's get to our event. So head over to bearwithtrust.com. You click on webinar so you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Today we're going to focus on Wednesday.
Yeah. So,
It's Wednesday, right?
yeah,
It is. Yeah.
and we're running short in time, so I'll try and keep it short and sweet here. We got a couple of sessions for you on this Psychology Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday, as I like to call it, starting at noon with Dr. Vanessa Charlin, who's always with us on Wednesdays. She's going to talk about futures, which she trades very actively. I love the fact that she's a clinical psychologist, but also, she trades on her own. She knows her stuff. So, very worth paying attention to what she says. She's normally with us on YouTube, and then she's in the chat room. But today she'll absolutely be in the chat room for all of our elite members in the webinar room. Tonight we've got our session with Randy Howe, who's going to talk about how you can stop giving your money back to the market. He'll talk about the psychology behind that and how you can best manage yourself to hopefully try and limit how much money you give back. It's inevitable that you give some, but how do you stop giving it all? And that's what he'll talk about at 8 o'clock. If you want to join us at Bearable Traders, just go to our website, scroll down. You'll see the different membership options from the intro through the Elite Annual, and pick the one that's right for you. All right, let's set a couple of levels, Carlos. We'll get ready for this open.
Yep, absolutely. Jump right in, friends. Let's look at Baba. So we'll set some levels here. I do like this one this morning. I think it's up pretty nice. Let's go with high of the pre-market as of now, 179.30. So we'll put a level there, and then towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market, 174.30, 45 set pretty early this morning. Towards the bottom, you see the highs and lows sitting up here. And man, 52-week high. We haven't been up here in quite some time. Not all-time highs. We've been higher for sure on Baba. But we're going back to 2021 was the last time we were in this area as far as the price goes. So as levels, we're going to see something over at 171.24, 171.24 right over here, 171.60 actually. And then towards the top, their daily's not great. See how small these days are. I mean, they don't have a great daily because they're a Chinese ticker, 182.67. So we'll do the best we can to find the best spots. But again, typically not a great daily, except for the last couple of days. Been trading really, really well as far as the big picture. Rigetti Spaghetti on deck this morning, friends. High of the pre-market, 33.71. So we'll mark that there. And then towards the bottom, we'll do the low as well over at 31.95. So once you do that, you're pretty set. Highs and lows of the last 2 trading days towards the bottom. You don't have anything towards the top because we are well past our most recent all-time highs before this rally here. I mean, just look at this run from 16 to 32 in the last 2-3 weeks maybe. Our last all-time highs was sitting around $22 back in December. We have blown right through that. So that's Rigetti, looking pretty nice here. Let's go to MU. MU this morning just kind of stuck between the highs and lows. of the last two trading days after earnings last night. We got volume on it. I want to see where it goes after we get the big open today, and see how it trades. So let's see if anything can come out of here. I'm only marking down the low of the pre-market 163.34 and then the high 170.28. That's all you really need, given that we're just kind of stuck within this range of the highs and lows of the last two trading days. LAC is one that's hot this morning, getting a lot of attention with the comments from the president yesterday in his speech. 456, or not after the speech. 456 low of the pre-market. 555 is the high of the pre-market. And again, just be very cautious with this one. We got another level here at 519 from a previous day, and if we go back to the left, we're looking at 2024 right in this area. We're going to have 596, and then towards the top, another one was going to be right around a little bit higher, right over here. There it is, 633. So a couple of levels towards the top. If this thing can get going, again, I'll be looking for a scalp if I am going to play this. But today they're very active and looking very nice. Oklo has given us a couple of opportunities towards the bottom. Highs and lows of the last two trading days. Low of the pre-market at 139.52. We'll slam a level there. And then if we, have we been, this is all-time highs here. Let's go to the weekly to make sure. Oh, yes, it is. Look at that. So all-time highs. There's nothing else above that pre-market high this morning, besides the last couple of days where we had a previous day close and our high for the last two trading days. So there you have it on Oklo. Be on the lookout for the spread. It can be pretty nasty at times as it looks to rebound from the session lows this morning, heading towards that previous day close. Peter, what is our team looking at today?
All right, our team has their lists in place, and I'll start with Eamon, who's going to be watching AMD and BE for potential longs. Mike's going to be watching AMD and Micron. Jared's got Oklo and Rigetti on his list. Thor's going to be watching Tesla, Micron, and Microsoft. Let's see. I've got a couple things in Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, Micron, Baba, Oklo, and Rigetti. There's a lot to watch, right? So I'll see what moves. Phil's going to be watching Apple, Micron, AMD, Marvell, and OKLO. Brendan's got Baba, Rigetti, Open, Micron, and AMD. And Brian, who will be trading live Tesla, AMD, Nvidia, Oklo, and PLTR. Gary just got his list in. He's going to be trading AMD, Micron, and Tesla. So a lot of common things being watched there. So pick whatever you like, and I wish you success out in the market. Should be, I'm hoping it's going to be a good trading day. And whatever you do, trade smart, people. We'll hand over to the chat room. We're a little late with them. Let them go live, and we'll continue with all of our friends out here on YouTube, who hopefully you'll hit the thumbs up and the like, because it helps with the growth of the channel, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely. Take care, friends, over in chat. We'll see you guys a little bit later. All right, friends, we are all set to go here. 2 minutes of less than 2 minutes of the market open as we get our charts ready. I got my 1 minute, got my 5, and we'll be ready to rock and roll here. All right, let's see what we get. Let's see if it's an easier start to the morning than it was yesterday. Actually, yesterday was not bad for me because I had one good trade on Apple, and then Rigetti finally gave us what we needed. But hopefully it doesn't make us work as hard as it did yesterday. So will be nice. MU.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah. Agreed. Oklo.
All right, I
got the secondary.
Really want to restart my machine, but I now don't have time. So we're gonna go into the open with my machine that's acting a little funny. Hopefully that doesn't nothing happens here.
Are the fans ramping up, Peter? Is that what it is?
No, the fan's fine. I don't know if you get this. I get this sometimes on the. I know that things start to go wrong when when the Windows bar comes up and some of the icons don't appear on it.
Oh yeah, it's not good.
And so that just means something's going weird. So I'm shutting down all the apps I don't need, and we're just keeping the basics here, and we'll see what happens here. I'm focused on this open and some of the semiconductors. All right. I don't really have an open trade lined up here, other than Micron. It's a weird spot because it is red. It's below the VWAP and the previous day close. I'm thinking there's a long play on it, but I've got to see it prove it to me. So here's the bell. Let's see what we got. Oof, Micron is dropping. Wow, with a lot of orders on the bid side. So heavy, heavy sell activity on Micron here.
All right, let's see what the action is. As usual, friends, I wait 3 minutes to take any trades. So just kind of let things settle down and see if I can find a VWAP breakout or a 5-minute ORB. Usually a 5-minute ORB first is what I'm looking for. AMD, we didn't not even look at AMD. Oh yeah, AMD's on the run here. Look at that. Beautiful pop. NVIDIA heading the other direction.
Yeah, Micron is just being pummeled.
Yes. Not fun times for them. What's our good buddy Baba doing? All right, let's see where things are at. Baba's not getting any volume. Rigetti's moving pretty well here. So far, like Rigetti and MU, I like the way they're moving so far this morning. So
Are you
those two
kidding me?
are watching closely. LAC, wow, LAC to the top here. Trying to get towards the highs of the pre-market at 555. That's what I have here. So careful on this one, guys. As I mentioned, it's pretty risky. So
Yeah. Busy killing
Rigetti.
flies in here. All right. I don't. Oh, why don't I don't have Rigetti on a chart here? Let's put it over here. Oh, Rigetti is dropping. Yeah, I'm still watching Micron here. I'm
Jimmy J, let's go AMD. Are you in? Are you in AMD? Wow, this BE is wild. Up to 66 and then jump right back up to 69, 68, going for 69. Man, this is dangerous. Dangerous.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
All right, 3-minute mark. Looking for any pullback for a good 5-minute ORB. I like Rigetti in the sell-off here below the previous day close. Could be a nice short if we can get a pullback. I don't like the previous day close being here because I can act as support, so that could be a little tough going short on that one. So careful. MU.
NVIDIA. Wow.
MU. This could be good. MU is extended on the 5. But is it? This looks very weak.
It does.
It looks very weak.
So my whole long premise is broken here. So definitely,
on which one?
I wasn't on Micron. I didn't have. I said before the open, I was hoping to get a pop higher, and clearly that's not what's happening. So yeah, that's out for now, and now I need to find another opportunity.
Baba is a nothing burger at the moment.
The old nothing burger.
Trying to come alive here above the VWAP. Rigetti pulling back a bit. I like this pullback on MU. Giving us a better risk reward if we're going to sell lower and retest that pre-market low. Let's see, 5 minute mark coming up in 5 seconds here. Okay, so MU. Let's see, buddy. What do you got for us? Rigetti. All right, 5 minute mark is in. MU. If it can stay below the VWAP and show some weakness, I am gonna go short MU to try to retest the lows. If it comes above the VWAP, then that is strategies out the window. But this could be a very nice pullback entry for a short. And the tough part here is waiting for enough confirmation, but not enough that you miss the good entry. So it's a tough decision here. I want to wait for the next candle. But man, the selling pressure is great right now on it.
Yeah, it's really
It's
I'm
really
really
good.
surprised at how strong it is, or how
Yeah.
weak it is, but how strong the selling is.
So here it is, next candle. All right, I'm gonna go short MU. Let's see if we can get it the leg down here, towards the low of the day, and then the breakdown. So I could have gotten here for a much better entry, but I just wasn't sure, if this thing was gonna sell lower. So let's see. Still not sure either way. You never know with these things, but I like the selling pressure I'm seeing here off the VWAP. And then Rigetti was the other one too. That looked great for short, but it's bouncing off the VWAP here, so careful on that one. I don't like it with the previous day close right on here, but the setup is nice as well. So, all right, MU pulling back a little bit, but I'm looking at Rigetti as well. Oh, Rigetti, that's good. That's good. Damn, that would have been awesome. All right, so I'm short MU, but I'm looking at Rigetti as well, but I'm short MU. Stop 164. We don't want this going above the VWAP. Right now, it's not looking good. It's not making a new low. Let's see. And Baba did take off here. Rigetti struggling. MU's doing some stuff, so that's good. MU's dropping. Let's see if we can get down a little bit lower. Rigetti. Wow, LAC friends, almost $6. Well, not almost, but 585 on LAC if you're trading that
Yeah.
one. It hasn't got halted either, so it's been holding pretty good as far as the moving up. So, all right, let's just focus on MU. I don't want to miss like Rigetti or something, but let's just pay attention here. So on MU, but Rigetti.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
not feeling the burn. I don't nothing's things are moving a little bit, but not a lot, right? Like I
yeah,
don't see nothing that
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
watching has had a huge run. Like even Tesla, good move up at the open, but still it's only a $4 move, which is, well, I guess it made a $6 move if you want to go tip to tail, but it's yeah, it's a relatively small move for Tesla.
Should have taken Rigetti. It's gonna drop, I think. Should have taken it off the previous day close. Would have been a great short.
Yeah. Well, Jared went short on Rigetti and he's
Yeah, it's
got
a
out.
good
He
trade.
just
Oh, he
got out of
did.
most of it.
Okay,
He's already
okay.
out. He says there's a lot of orders here at the S3 level, so
Oh man, this is such a great 5 minute RB on Rigetti. And the fact you got the previous day close there, look at that. Look at that. It acts as it could be in a great area of resistance, right? So we're getting the drop there. This MU is probably gonna stop me out here. So I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on MU. 164 is my stop, just slightly above the VWAP. We'll let it play out. Let's see if the VWAP does react as resistance. But damn, look at Rigetti go.
Rigetti's hasn't gone that far. It's
No, but I feels dropping, man. It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
yeah.
This is a beautiful setup. Here's just my entry. I mean, I would have been taking my first partial now, right? So, um,
One that
yeah, shame.
one that's made a good move down is Oklo, OKLO. Good
Yeah,
5 minute opening range breakdown on that one.
yeah, yeah. So retesting the VWAP here on MU, hoping for it to find some selling here. Let's see if it does. And it is getting some selling. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was. I like the setup. I got in late, to be honest, Ham. I got in late. I should have got in where I called it here. This was a great entry, and again, I just wasn't really sure. Um, but I should have been in here at 163. The loss of this level, selling pressure came in. That is where I should have got short on this thing. Would have had a better entry. My stop would have been then 164.50
Whoa.
ish or 75, and you could have survived this pullback probably much easier. But I hesitated too much on this thing.
Mm. Riot is a good move this morning. Charging up. All green candles but one.
All right.
I sort of like the way MU looks right now, Carlos. It
I do. Yeah, it's struggling
it
though,
it
man. It's
it is struggling, but
volume is. Mm-hmm.
it had weakness at the VWAP, but you're right, the volume's dropped right off of this. This is the problem with MU, right? MU and
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
couple of others, Intel. Every time you think that you're going to get some good opportunity, they just sort of peter out.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. The volume is like very, very low as we're consolidating here. So let's see what happens. My setup with NVIDIA. Let's take a look. What is in? I don't even have NVIDIA here, but let's look at NVIDIA. We'll keep a close eye on MU under the list here as well. Yes, yes. Let's see if you get the confirmation candle on NVIDIA. So right now it's not looking great. Breakout candle, pullback candles coming up here, but we got to get that confirmation candle on the way up. So MU still consolidating back and forth here at the moment. LAC pull back a little bit. Oklo is great 5 minute RB.
Bouncing.
Look at this. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful
Yeah.
setup too. Ah, pick
Yeah.
the wrong horse. Pick the wrong horse, man. Elclo, same thing. Look at this beautiful pop here. That's your entry for the breakdown, and then beautiful drop there on Oklo. So another one with a great 5 minute RB. You could tell here in the 5 minute too. Like you see this pullback, that's beautiful. That's what you want to see. Pullback, the sell off, that pressure. You're taking partials here at 137, right? That's a $2 drop. So that's what I'm looking for on MU, but we're just going sideways. We're not getting no love on MU this morning.
Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Um,
PLTR.
there's the bid. They keep throwing orders onto the bid, trying to entice this thing lower, and
Which one?
it seems like on Micron MU,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it doesn't seem to be working. So
yeah.
that
Struggling.
would be it's a little nerve-wracking. I wanted to go short, but seeing that how those
Yeah, I wouldn't go
you
short
know
now because it's just so messy here. VWAP is
no
holding pretty nice though. I like the fact that we're
it
keep pushing it
is
down
like
here, but
the problem is it's sort of a flip of a coin, right? This thing is likely to
yeah,
pop out of this range, but whether it pops higher or drops to the low of day, I just can't say right now. So it
yeah,
looks more
it can go
likely
either way.
to a little more likely to go higher, I have to admit. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it's tough to tell.
Yeah, it's making higher lows too, so that's not good. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
VWAP is doing a great job dropping it, but if we got to break the 163, and we're not doing that, so not great, not great. Walden, I would not be
Riots
surprised. Would not be surprised if it pops higher.
Riot's got a bunch of orders queued up at $20, which is that an all-time high for Riot? No, no, it has been higher. Is its all-time high here? 2065. Well, it's pretty close though.
Who's trading the open? Let's take a look. Thor? Is Thor trading the open? No, it's Jared
Jared.
today.
Jared, yeah,
Nice,
Jared
nice,
and
nice,
Brian.
nice. Jared and Brian trading the open this morning. Very
Yeah.
good. All right, let's see. What other VWAP breakouts do we have here as MU tries to stay below the VWAP? Oh, Rigetti. Oh, what a beautiful drop here, my friends. Hopefully, you took that 5 minute ORB instead of this crappy MU trade. But that 5
You
minute
should be
ORB
in the
on
green
Rigetti
now,
was.
Carlos.
Yeah, well, my entry was so bad. Well, not. Yeah, it was bad. My entry should have been up here. I would have been well in the green now, but it's that'll be break even still the way this is dropping.
Mm.
That's, Rigetti's going great. Just want to tease you. No, please tease me for not taking the right ticker this morning. Rigetti was it. Rigetti was definitely it today.
Oh.
Look at that go. Baba, it's just a mess. Checking off the VWAP here. MU still trying to break 63, struggling there. As long as we stay below the VWAP, we're safe. MU, yeah, still just messy. LAC giving some back. Oklo was a great short as well. So both Oklo and Rigetti did pretty good here. Just going through my secondary list. See what we got going on here. POTR. Wow, POTR is a nice drop. Nice engulfing on the 5.
Yeah. Choppy, very choppy though on
Yeah,
PLTR.
very
I
messy.
don't like.
And you got the previous day close here too, right? So you gotta be aware of that. So not the best. QBTS, a great short. Yeah, all the quantum stuff was awesome, man. Rigetti included, so I can imagine, right? QBT, yeah, same thing. Very similar to what's happening. QBTS, another beautiful short. So both all of these quantum stocks, at least those three, great 5 minute ORB breakdown. Just awesome. Look at Rigetti go. And the ask are just bids are just piling on, driving it lower. So, oh boy. Do something, MU. Do something. Like, come on. Look at this. Do something,
Carlos,
man.
let,
Oh
let,
Lord.
I know Rigetti's it's killing you. I don't worry, I've been there many times, right? Where
Oh,
you were looking at both of them,
I'm
you
looking
picked
at
one
both, and
horse,
I,
yeah, and then it's the
man,
other one that goes. That is so frustrating.
yeah.
You know,
You know
and
what?
and look, we've talked about this before. You know, after you've been
Yeah,
trading for a while, it's those decisions that haunt you. It's not the losses. If you got into
not the law,
MU and
right?
if it just went and stopped you out, all right, fine, right?
No
That's
problem.
okay.
All good.
But it's where you're like, you had a choice between a couple of different trades and you picked the wrong trade. Those are the ones that hurt. They hurt.
Yes. Yes. Top two I liked, and I picked the one that doesn't move anywhere.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Oh, right. Wow.
I had
I
QBTS on my
did.
list, but I was facing on MU and now regret. Yeah, Mohammed, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Um, well, as long as it stay below the VWAP, we're okay, and it seems to be turning lower here. So maybe a retest of the low will be good.
Yeah,
Will
it
help us. So
does.
let's see.
It
Let's
does.
see. But it's definitely
I
giving us a run for our money here. Peter, you were going to
yeah.
say something before my comment?
Oh, I was just saying and I'm not in anything, so I don't have any trades today. I have not found a setup that I like, so no no nothing going on for me. I was gonna
Mm-hmm.
go short MU as it was hitting the VWAP, but again, the higher lows made me nervous.
Yeah,
Like I could have got in at a just below VWAP 163.50-ish, and I mean I would be sitting in the green right now, but I still don't know which way this thing's going to go.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
tough trade, man. The way it was consolidating
yeah,
there, even though it could have just shot back up to 164, stopped us out. So yeah, I don't blame you for not going
yeah.
short there. That's a tough trade. So and the volume just keeps. This is a reminder why I don't trade MU. The volume just keeps getting lower and lower. So just adding to the chop here.
Yeah. Yeah, that volume is very low. Hey, I don't know if you guys are on Facebook here, but here, I'll put it on my screen. Just Andrew Seeley, there he is at the summit. I don't think you had those pictures going earlier today, Carlos,
Nope, nope, they're not.
on my shared screen. So there you go. There's Andrew. It's
Very nice,
carried the
very
BBT
nice.
flag with him, so he likes to do that. There he is. Oh, hey, what's that? Oh, I'm not logged in. Uh, I don't know what my account is to log in on my computer.
Mm,
So anyways, sorry I got stuck in this. But anyways,
yep, yep.
so we can
Mm,
just I'll just show
mm,
you the
mm.
post overall. So there you go. Anyways, he's at the top. You can see him with the BBT flag there. And he's got a little video of him. And look at the line of people. You see that? Look at the line of
Yeah,
people trying to get to the summit.
yeah, yep.
You know, you line up and then you go and you get to stand like look at all these people. They're lining up for they just want to stand on the very top and go, yay, yay me. And then
Yeah, yeah.
anyways, and then you walk back down. Crazy. Seems crazy to me, but that's what they do.
That's what they do.
So
That's what they
he
do.
loves he loves the experience. So this picture, this is like him standing right at the summit, but as you could tell, right, that this picture right here is the one shot where you don't see all of this lineup that he had to get through to get to the
Hmm.
top, right, in the little video that's running there. I find that hilarious. So, oh well. And you remember that when he posted the pictures from Everest, like just the
Yeah,
frozen
yeah.
dead bodies,
Frozen dead
you
bodies on
know,
the way
and
up.
oh my God, like it shows you
That
like
was wild.
it's
Yeah,
risky, right?
yeah. Green boots, right? The famous green boots. I think they moved them now because he was really in the way,
Yeah.
scaring people. But he was there for like years or something. So it's madness. All right, MU just garbage. OAC going higher, friends back. I do see this one heading back through the highs here. Bunch of asks. So once that 596 looks like, so this thing is rocking. Um, Actually, is it a low flow stock, Peter? I'm not sure if it is, but I don't have the flow in front of me. But this is trading actually pretty clean for a $5 stock with some news. This is trading really, really nice. Um,
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a low float. It's got about 104, I think it was 148 million shares or something like
oh,
that,
that
if I
makes
remember.
sense. That makes sense why it's trading
So,
so clean like this. Yeah,
and I thought the trading would be a little crazier on
me
LAC,
too.
but
Mm-hmm.
it's smoother than I expected. So,
Yep. All right, MU back at the VWAP, but my stop is a little bit higher, 164. Since the VWAP has kind of tilted down a little bit, so I'm hoping this thing continues to act as resistance. We did drop lower. If I had my original entry, this would have definitely been a partial, but again, we're not even at 1R at that drop here, so I want to wait at least to 1R to take a partial if we can get it. So CSMU continues to struggle. Wow, Rigetti, beautiful bounce. Nice. Baba's not doing a whole lot. OAC is gonna go, guys. $6. OAC.
let's see if we can do
Oklo
it this
also
time.
bouncing.
Yeah.
Let me just go through my secondary list here.
Riot
BE,
is a Riot was an interesting
LTR.
one that it was testing
Mm-hmm.
at $20 with a whole lot of orders, and then it never made it. Didn't in 1996 is the highest it made, and then
Oh
it
yeah.
really fell
Yep.
off by a little over a buck, right? Just that happens occasionally. It's tough to short it before it hits the 20. I like to short things
Mm-hmm.
after, like if it takes out the orders and then shows weakness, then you can take the short. In this case, I was watching it, but I didn't get the short because I thought it still might go through $20 and I didn't want to get caught.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep. All right, friends. You piece of garbage. It's literally just going sideways. Like this is just as sideways as it gets, right? A little bit of drop and then right back to this range. Like, can you just go test the low of the day so I can take my partial? And we at least do that and then
I I do
bail
admire
on
how
this thing.
you get to you just hold in these things till it does what you want it to do. I always struggle with that. And
Yeah, yeah, and it's tough to do that. Like I'm trust me, I'm very impatient. I'm looking to just do I get out of break even and start focusing on something else? But it's moving so slow as far as the upside that I can be a little more patient with it. But yeah,
right.
it's brutal.
Yeah.
What do we have here? 20 minutes in this thing? 26 minutes? Hopefully the patience can reward us. I don't have high hopes for that at all. At all. But yeah. If it had higher volume and we constantly kept testing our 164, then yeah, would have built a long time ago. But seems to be digging lower here slowly, very slowly. All right, friends, what do you guys are in this morning? Because my trading is not exciting today. What are people doing? Rigetti trying to get going here. Beautiful bounce. That's really nice. LAC hitting 6. Anybody trade LAC this morning? LAC, anybody on it? Long BE. Long BE. That's playing close to the edge, huh?
Oh, wasn't even watching that. What is PE? That
This is the
doesn't
one
look
that
great.
it didn't look great at the open. Didn't get no volume. It's typical 90 stock, right, Peter? You talk about this a lot where this first two,
Yeah.
no volume, and the volume comes in a little bit after. But yeah, depending how you trade it, long
Yeah.
looks looking decent depending if you got in
Yeah.
already.
Still don't like it. Tesla hitting a high right now, so
People are, oh,
438.
Tesla, look at that. It's a beautiful trade on Tesla. Beautiful trading this morning. Good stuff. Oklo. I feel like everything else on my list. Let's go through it. Besides, even Bob is trading a little bit better now. Bob was not great. Rigetti was good. LAC was great. Beautiful open. Oklo, my other one on my top list. Amazing. I traded MU. What? Oh my goodness. Guys, great trading on all your stocks here. So you guys are doing pretty good. POTR. Let's see. POTR. Beautiful drop here. Nice engulfing on the 5. That's a beautiful engulfing on the 5. Let me show you that. I love these engulfing patterns, man. So here's the 5 minute. How come I can't get to the 5 minute? Oh, something got disconnected. There it is. Okay. Here's a 5 minute on engulfing. It's pretty nice. Right on the VWAP. Beautiful short. And you got a $3.50 move, $3 move on that if you took that. That's awesome. Oh, so many great things this morning. Peter, no trades for you yet, huh?
I actually was just trying to short on Tesla here at the highs to see if it would break down, but I don't like it. It didn't break down fast
Okay.
enough, so I just got out of break even. So that was my
Yep.
first attempt at it. Now it looks like it still looks weak, like it's going to break down here, but I,
Yeah.
I don't. If it doesn't do it right away, I'm not sticking around. So
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't want to be
anyways.
stuck in the trend. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I don't want it to pop on me and then get stuck to the top side. So there you go. There's the pop down that I was looking for earlier. So didn't hang around long enough for that, unfortunately. But yeah, other than that, nothing. I like
Yeah,
the
Tesla. Go
yeah, I
ahead.
like the doji candle
Yep.
2 minutes ago. Yeah. See, I should have
Mm,
just stuck with it. Oh
mm.
well. I'm a wimp.
Oh, there it is. I see breaking through 609 is your high now on LAC.
Yeah.
Just beautiful trading. Uh,
Oh, see, I had the read on Tesla. Why didn't I just stick with it? What a wimp. I am
yep.
such a wimp. Yeah.
Oh man, oh man. It's Baba could be our setup. But the volume I didn't like on Baba. But yeah, so volume's gotten much better. See it trading a lot cleaner here. Yeah, nice little breakout. You didn't get a good pullback though for our setup, right? The VWAP breakout. You didn't get that nice pullback we like to see, and then the push up. That did not quite happen here. It just kept going. So it's a little tougher to trade and get a good entry off our strategy. So that's a little tougher. O close coming up to the VWAP. We'll see if that does anything. So if we look for a VWAP breakout, we'll be looking on that. Oracle VWAP breakout. Let's take a look.
Oracle.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Still
Yeah. Yeah.
talking about
Actually,
Oracle. Wow.
Oracle is in
Uh,
play, man. Oracle is starting to say, "Hey, you're gonna be
I
watching
know.
me going forward." It's
I know.
yeah.
It's moved categories here. Now it's in
It
one of it's getting on
it
the
went
verge of
from
being one of the continuously active stocks. Yeah.
yeah went from not being mentioned at all to top of our our conversations here. So let's see. Yeah, let's see if it does the breakout. So we're breaking out now. I will consider this candle as part of the breakout as well, depending how it ends. So there it is. Let's see what it does here. Not looking great. Not
I
looking
wish.
great.
Why did I just stay in?
Yes, that's broken our pattern so far. Let's see if it can recover. On Oracle, let's see if it can recover. I'm still in MU, man. This is this piece of garbage. I'm still in it. So it's dropping now. This gets don't get excited, right? If you're short with me, because this here came down to here and it just bounces right back up. So we had the same move last time with volume, came down to 162.20, and then some buyers decided it was a good idea to get in here. I don't know what they were thinking. Um, Not letting my stock drop
Uh,
to 160, 160. So let's see. But it's really stuck in a just a horrible range. But I like the fact that moving average are tilting lower. VWAP is
yep.
pushing down. So maybe one that just takes us a bit here. But at the same time, I'm still looking for other opportunities, and I haven't found anything to get in on yet. Okay, here's Spaghetti at the VWAP. Let's see what it does. So let's see if we get our move. I do like this move towards the VWAP here. Found a little bit of resistance. We need a good clean confirmation, good pullback, and then the confirmation candle for us to go in. So see if that takes place here. As of now, it just looks like VWAP is acting as resistance. Like it just, you see the wicks here building. They're just pushing it down, pushing it down. We need a clean break above that. What is TC 2000? What is that? Sounds like the Terminator. Character from the Terminator. What is this? It's a platform. I don't think I ever heard of these guys. So many out there now, guys. My goodness, so many different platforms. It's crazy, and
There
it's
are
only
a
going to get
lot.
worse. It's only going to get worse because as the
Sure.
PDT rule goes away, more people are going to be looking to get into trading. If it goes away by end of this year, early next year, and then more platforms are going to be going after people. So for active trading.
I have a lot of regrets on this Tesla trade. I made a poor decision. Look at that.
Uh,
Oops. Here. Look at this, Carlos. Look, the car's right there.
show me what you
What did
got
I
going
do?
on over there.
Yeah. Look,
Oh,
there's the trade. I was
yeah.
in, and
Why did you
then
get
I got
out?
nervous. See, well, that's a good
Oh,
question.
it's not
I
even
didn't want
nowhere
to get.
near your stop.
I didn't want. No, it wasn't even close to my stop. What happened is it had pulled down to the bottom of this candle,
Shot back up.
and then pop back up, and so I said I don't want to get stuck in a pop all the way up to
Yeah.
the high of day. So
Mm-hmm.
I just
Mm-hmm.
stopped at break even. But that, that was not the right decision. It's easy to say in hindsight,
Yeah.
but it's clear.
But I get it. That slingshot move will get me out of a trade, especially if you got a tight stop above what the high of that previous candle. I'm assuming Tesla could get there
Yeah,
pretty quickly. It can get there really
yeah.
fast. So I get that. I
But I
get
should have
that.
just left it. I said I was going to do that, in
Yeah.
fact, and I didn't. Now, Carlos, your trade is getting close here, finally.
Yeah, I'm seeing it 162. At this point,
Here, we-
I
here we
I I,
go.
I spent so much time. I want to wait till it drops to like 159. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna be greedy. We're gonna take a partial R1 here. Low of the day, so we're looking for 161.75. All right, maybe our patience paid off here. Okay, there
Yeah,
it is.
you,
We're gonna get
you
the
had to show
drop.
some patience on this.
Uh, Here it is. Okay, all
There,
right. Thank
there
you,
you go.
Mr. And Micron.
There you go. Finally.
Only took you 36 minutes. I mean,
Yeah,
my
we're not looking at
goodness.
your chart, just so you know.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Only took it 36 minutes to give us our first partial. Longest partial trade ever. So yes. Yep. Thank you guys. MU paid off here. Uh,
Carlos is definitely more patient than me, HEM, as he demonstrated this morning. So,
well, on this trade. On
no,
this trade.
no. I
That's
mean,
not always the case.
I would say in
Yeah.
general. I mean, I'm not patient on these open trades, right? Because as I've said, I'm still, despite my long tenure as a trader, I haven't been trading the open for very long. Only in the last, 6 months or whatever that I've been doing this with you guys.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so I'm still getting used to it.
But the progression has been great, man, on your opening trades.
Well,
You know,
at least I'm
being that you're
taking
here
some, yeah,
watching, yeah, so it's
yeah.
been pretty good.
But I'm risk adverse, right? Because I don't want to get myself into a hole early on with trades I'm not comfortable with. So,
Right, and then mess up your actual bread and butter, which happens later in the afternoon. You
right,
don't want to be you know, exhausted mentally as well.
exactly,
So it's yeah, get it.
exactly. So,
Um, Bradley, as we are all are, my friend. I was too inexperienced as a comment and impatient when I went live day trading. I'm assuming at first. Yes, I agree. I agree. A lot of us are, man. We are so. I mean, I tell you, if I show you my journal from live trading, which I have all the journals since I started trading. The amount of trades. By now, I will literally have 15 trades. Like, it's and for some people that works. I'm not saying that's bad. For some people, if you're scalping, you can easily get to 15 trades by now, right? And they all could be trades that are your setup and
right,
you're just looking for quick hits, right? But yeah,
yeah.
I was too impatient, too trigger happy, inexperienced. It was messy. So
Hmm.
messy, messy. All right, let's see what MU does heading back to his range, or will just want to get
New,
stuck in. Um,
yeah, new home sales came out. It was higher than expected. 800,000 new homes versus 650 market. I don't know. It did pop a couple minutes later, but I don't think that was because of the home sales numbers.
yeah. All right, let's see. Let's hope we can
Danger hand.
continue.
Intraday trading? You mean like, like sort of the midday stuff? Yeah, maybe we could do that. Do a live. It's the problem is that there's long periods of boringness, right? Like it's
What do
harder
you
to
mean?
run a live. a lot. Well, Danger Han is asking. He wants to learn more about intraday trading. I assume he means like sort of the midday stuff that you're talking about that I do.
Mm,
But it's hard to run a live stream because most of the time I'm sitting here not doing anything interesting, right? And it's hard
yeah,
to
it's a
keep an
lot of waiting.
interesting commentary. Yeah, because you're waiting
Hmm.
and watching. I'm waiting for things. I mean, when they hit, of course, then we can talk about the decision model and what I'm doing. But it might not even happen. Like I spend entire days sometimes watching and never really get a good trade opportunity. So it's
Yep.
just it's tough to put that together.
MU is really choppy, man. I mean, even after that move, we're back into this range again. What a
Yeah.
you know what show. My goodness, this is just
Yeah.
brutal.
That move was short-lived, wasn't it?
It's very short lived. Partial there, and might not give us any more. Rigetti did not break the VWAP, failed, and actually VWAP was a great area of resistance, and it's coming right back down here, halfway to the low of the day. Baba no volume, MU struggling back into this range. LAC hit
And
609 and turned around, at least for
yeah,
now.
Nvidia very flat here, and it just playing with, is it green? Is it red? Is it green? Is it red? It's just hanging out at yesterday's close.
Yep. Oklo was so good, man. And it continues to go lower now. It's just holding on to the 9, tested 20, and right back down to go. So feeling a lot of selling pressure on Oklo. If you trade this one early
Yeah.
on, you're sitting pretty on this thing
Oh, look
today.
at that. Oh, Tesla did what
Tesla?
it's supposed to. It went all the way to V. It went right to VWAP, which is exactly
Yep.
where, what my trade
Yep.
setup would have looked for. Oh man. Anyways, this is so my Tesla's what Rigetti is to you, Carlos.
Yeah. Yep.
See,
Exactly.
we
Exactly.
uh,
All right, MU. My MU's pulling back here. Probably gonna just bail. Sitting the VWAP. My stop is at 164, but I think this party might be over. Yeah, it did have so MU had good announcements last night, and for some reason the stock today just they didn't
yeah,
like the explosive, it wasn't
they did not.
explosive. It wasn't good enough for the markets today. So they dropped
Not
and
enough.
they're just struggling here. So they're just struggling. BE back to the VWAP. Our secondary list is pretty quiet. What happened with this? Oh, here we go. It just needed to load. Go to R. Good breakdown. MRVL. Nothing here. LAC struggling at the moment. Yeah, it's just pretty. Last 2 days have not been easy, man, at all.
Nope. Nope. I agree. It's been tough.
Not easy at all. AMD. Oh, AMD traded well. Yes, AMD was a nice one. After it lost the VWAP, now going red here. So AMD heading
Yeah.
south.
How did I miss that? Yeah, AMD wasn't really paying attention to it, but yes, that retest of VWAP would have been good around 9:40, 10 minutes after the open.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a good one.
Uh, Guys, anything approaching the VWAP? I want to take a VWAP breakout trade, but I don't see anything approaching the VWAP. MU is approaching the VWAP. Maybe I should get out and go long on this thing. So gonna get out on MU. I really don't know actually. We're just slightly above our entry on it. We're still green on it based on our
Wow.
partial, but
Tesla came roaring back here.
AVGO, NVIDIA. Oh, NVIDIA's would be nice. Ah, NVIDIA's nice. Actually, this is pretty good. Bouncing off the previous day close, pushing through the VWAP like this. This is good. Let's see. Come on, pull back and give us a retest. This looks actually pretty nice. Volume is increasing the last couple of candles here. I'm gonna probably get out of MU and focus on NVIDIA. Let's see. Let's see if we get our pullback here. I think MU could be a nice one. I'm sorry, NVIDIA could be a nice long here if we can get our setup going. All right, here's the pullback. It's a lot of waiting and trading. It's a lot of waiting. So, if you're just tuned in and you're like, "What the heck is going on here? This is boring." It sometimes is. All right, here it is. Here's our move. Here's a confirmation. We want the confirmation to get nicely above the VWAP. I mean, above this red candle here. Right now it's not there yet. Oh yeah, I like this. Okay, let's see. I'm long NVIDIA, guys. Stop loss 178.65 ish. Again, we got to give a little room off the VWAP. Let's see if this thing wants to go here. Then MU, I might be getting out of that. If we don't do anything quickly, I'm really getting impatient on it now. So let's see. Let's see if the bounce off the previous day close is going to give us anything. We'll love to get to, maybe not the half of the day, but right here will be nice. 179.50. I love the way it's trading now. I don't see anything significant on the level 2 for a pop. So not a whole lot happening there. All right, this candle will be important. Got to get through this. Can't struggle here. Come on, push through. Need to get on the up move. There it is. All right, now we're seeing some ask at 179. Let's see if we can get up there and get filled. Fill those ask and push through. We'll have to see. Nothing is happening quick today.
No.
Everything is get in, sit, wait. You can go get a cup of coffee if you like, which I actually should do. You know but I'm not leaving my station.
Tesla came back up to 438 and now sort of dropped off of that. Set a new high and then back down.
All right. It's a big ass. Yeah, I was seeing one at 179 NVIDIA. That's a big ask at 179, but we are struggling. I stop 178.65 ish, right in this area. But I'm not even wait till that. Looks rather weak. Okay, ready to stop out on NVIDIA. 178.65. I'll be out of this. Can the VWAP hold it up? Is the question. It's trying. VWAP is doing what it's supposed to do. Become support, hopefully. MU, I'm gonna get out of MU. Look at this thing. MU, which actually, no, that's not a good long. I'm gonna get out of MU. We got a partial on it, but it's not doing what we want. see if we're gonna get a drop on it. Oh, Nvidia. Let's not lose track of Nvidia. So Nvidia's going up. Is MU gonna go up too? Probably. All right, let's see if Nvidia can break. I'm looking at Nvidia. I'm gonna get out of MU because I think Nvidia is gonna break and MU might just follow. So I'm out of MU and just in Nvidia. Hopefully this continues to break. Man, this is so bad today. So bad.
No continuation. I know there's no continuation
is...
on anything.
Wow.
It's making it tough, isn't it?
It really is. I don't trust this breakout on MU, but just don't know.
Yeah, and even Nvidia, right? It looked like Nvidia was about to pop higher for you, and then
This would have been it.
nothing, and
Yeah,
then nothing.
a nothing
It just
burger.
sort of fizzled. Yeah.
A nothing burger all around, my friends. What is the overall market doing? I mean, I haven't looked at the SPY today actually. Yeah, it's just choppy.
Not much. Not much. It's sort of following, well, the stocks are following it, or it's following the stocks,
Yeah.
however you want to look
It's
at
my
it.
165 stop on Nvidia, so I'm gonna bail on it.
That's too bad. That's
Yeah.
too bad, Carlos.
Yeah, I'm gonna bail on it. Yep. And it might bounce back up from here, but it's just too choppy. Like you can't hold through this crap. You know?
Yeah.
It probably is gonna bounce back because that's what chop does. But what can you do? That's right, Beth. Womp womp womp. Like what is the Mario what is the Mario when you lose a when you get caught by the trees? That's my trading today.
Yeah.
Crap. So bad. And MU's gonna come back down, and this is what chop does. You know, gets you out of the trade. Probably gonna come back down here. Same thing with Nvidia. Ooh, that drop seems nice, but I don't trust it.
Start chasing things around here too much.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, you just never know when the big move is going to break out. If and when the big move is going to break out. There's no guarantee there'll ever be a big move, right? But
right.
But
you expect to at least get to 1R, but you know, hey, some days it's not gonna work. Some days it's not gonna work. LSC pulling back down to the VWAP. Nvidia back to the previous day close. Oklo. There were some good moves today though. I mean, it's just MU messed us up. MU, wow. MU and Rigetti. We picked the wrong horse. That's okay. Hey, you can't win them all. Cannot win them all. It's like Pokemons, you know.
Yep.
Can't get them all. It's just can't. Not possible. And I don't see anything else that looks great right now. And all the VWAP breakouts are not looking. They're not getting the momentum or the break. Yeah, pretty quiet. All right, what else we have, friends? What else we got going on? Hood next to VWAP. How's the trading though? Hood. Yeah. Yep. Let's see if we get our move right now. Struggling to get above the VWAP, but that's normal. We need a clean break, just like we saw in Nvidia. Like I will take this move every single time because correct, it's my plan, right? This is my setup here. So every single time I would take this move. It works more often than not. So, and that's what you can ask for, right? But this move here, I would take this every single time. How many times have I blown up? A few, probably like twice. Yeah, yeah, twice. But I had a big. Oh man, I had a big one. You guys know my $17,000 loss. That was the big, big one. I don't think it could become. I'm gonna say that. That's not. That's not true. It's not factual, and I hope it's not factual. But I was gonna say, I don't think you could become a trader until you blow up a couple of times. Now, blow up doesn't mean that you have to completely incinerate your account, but you have to feel
Yeah.
that pain, man. You gotta feel that pain of like, what the heck did I do to my to my capital?
Yeah. I think
17K,
unfortunately,
17K.
yeah, unfortunately we all seem to need to learn the hard way, don't we?
Oh,
So
yes,
at one
yes, yes,
point.
yes.
And
Yep, yep.
I haven't actually blown up an account, but my learning was in how slow it was because I was so risk adverse. I learned the
I
hard way
remember
by,
that.
well, you see, well, but
Yeah,
you see it happening now on the open trades, right? It just takes me a long time to build up the confidence to actually
yeah, yeah,
get into the trades and do things. So, I'm cursed with slowness. I'm the tortoise.
yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, Tyron Andrew's biggest loss was we've seen it live here, right? It was
yeah,
we seen him lose 80,000 on a day. We seen him lose
yeah,
on swing trades 2 million, $3 million on swing trades, right? So,
yeah,
we all go through it,
yeah.
man. We all go through these big, big losses. We learn from them. This is why you stop out. You don't push it. You don't go revenge trading. You don't average down. Averaging down is a double for me. I don't average down for to save my life. I would not average down. It's just not going to happen.
Mm,
So it
right.
is brutal, brutal. Give me 1 second, guys.
Oh, guys, it's a pretty slow day here. Tesla's pushing to a new high of day, so at least that's got something going on. We'll see if it gives us anything interesting. Uh, I'm watching it 440. It's just over 440 now. Can't believe Tesla's once again a $440 stock. Sort of weird to think that, eh? Like even just a month ago, you could have bought Tesla, could have made 25% on the stock. Yeah, hit the thumbs up button. We greatly appreciate that. That'll prompt Carlos to maybe give away some more books. Give away a 1 month membership to Bearable Traders, so you can be part of the bigger community. We'd love to see you as part of that, whether you subscribe on your own or win your way in. But stay tuned. Don't hashtag us yet. It's not time yet, but I'm just letting you know we need the likes in there for us to be able to give things away, right? So we appreciate it. I am watching Tesla here at the 440 to see what it's doing. It looks like it still maybe has some yeah, I don't know what it's doing. Might still have some stuff to go higher. It's tough to read Tesla right now. Got a little bit of volume here at 440, but
All right, Francis. See what
let's
we
see
got going,
here.
Peter. What do we have? What do we have? What are we
Watching.
trading? Let's overtrade
I'm
today.
I'm
Let's
I'm
overtrade. Let's get a.
I'm that's wow, look
What
at
it,
you. What are you throwing caution to the wind now? What did we just talk about? Huh?
coffee. The
He gets
coffee
his
is making
coffee.
me
How Yeah, how quickly did that caffeine kick in? He
Yeah,
comes
kicking
back, he's
right
like,
away.
let's trade everything. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm watching Tesla here. I said I
Okay.
wasn't sure what it wanted to do, and sure enough, it just popped to a new high. So I'm glad I just sort of stayed out of that.
What
Nvidia
beast?
once again playing at the previous day close. Like it's just I don't know. Like guys, this is not an easy day. Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Yep. Yep. And even if you like, even if you went short here, right, and you got the move, you're getting 1 hour. You're not getting, for the most part, you're not getting like two, three
Right.
hours quickly. It's just not happening here. Unless you got in very early. Yeah, Baba took off nicely here. Unless you got in very early on some of these plays, like the Rigettis that dropped off, like the Oklos. Unless you took one of those instead of MU, you did pretty good. But it's, you're not getting the big move or the bigger move at least, not easily.
Yeah.
Um, Gotta say, MU, if the volume can get better, MU looks great on the breakout here. But no, it's failing. It failed. It didn't close above the VWAP. Never mind. Nothing to see here.
Well, see, Nvidia, on the other hand, it looks like it wants to break down, but it's been here. This is the third time it's played at this range, so I'm just gonna try and not let myself get suckered.
Sean says, I blame Carlos for not telling me to enter Tesla at 429 and holding for a $10 move. But he believes I took it. I took this trade on my private account. I have no, actually, I do have a Thinkorswim account, which is Schwab now, but I don't day trade in that thing. Um, but no, this is my only account, man. I only have one account. That's it. With our good Mr. Interactive Brokers.
Kiss philosophy, is it? Just keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about like doing another account. Nah, it's too much. Keep it simple. Just two accounts. And the Thinkorswim one, I only have that because I had it for even before I started day trading. Like I had that account maybe
Mm,
2005. It's been years. And I always just kind of threw money in there and just say, oh, let's buy this, let's buy that. So it's not really
right.
something I did after trading. And then I tried to day trade with that one and not go to Dash Trader Pro, and I realized that was a big mistake for the way I trade, and finally gave in to
See,
Dash Trader
there's
Pro.
ah there's the
Talk to me,
drop on
Peter.
Nvidia.
Oh yeah, that's a
Nvidia
good drop.
did
That's good.
did
Good.
drop.
Rigetti
On a day like
breaking
today, I just
out.
didn't have the confidence that it was going to do it, right? It's head
Yep.
faked us so many times.
Rigetti. Hmm. See what it does. Rigetti could be interesting here because I like the VR breakout. You're getting the pullbacks, and you got two nice levels here: the previous day close and the VWAP. So those both can act as great support. But such a
Mm,
choppy day. I don't trust anything.
no, I agree. I agree.
It's failing now. Yes, that's too much pullback here. Let's see if the previous day close can hold it. Uh,
So many sideways movements.
mm,
Uh,
XPS might go down 630, 6630 based on stock ammo. It won't surprise me. I think you're kind of somewhat due for a pullback. Maybe we'll see. I mean, the rally has been really nice, but it might. You might 630. Oh, that's I don't know, man. That seems pretty far, but it's possible. Anything's possible. Here's Rigetti. All right, Rigetti.
You thinking, Carlos?
I'm thinking this is our move. This is our move. Not the cleanest. I like the previous day close here. So you got the breakout, you got the pullback candles. Here's some of the confirmation you're getting now. We have a 31.93 level. And I like this stock. You know, it treated me well yesterday. So maybe today.
Yeah, I don't know. We should have Brian jumping in here with us.
Yeah, Brian is on. Brian, good morning. How are you?
Okay.
Good morning. Yep. Good morning. Good morning. So
Good morning, Brian.
how's everyone's morning going?
That's
Pretty
crappy today,
slow.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, very slow. I find that can't trust any moves. There's no continuation. Like even Nvidia had the breakdown just a couple of minutes ago, and now look, it's right back up. It's green again. So yeah, there's
Yeah.
really no continuation in anything.
Yeah.
Only Tesla's at a high, at least doing something interesting. But yeah,
I'm
I
long
personally am
Rigetti.
finding it real tough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Getty.
been a weird session. I got some of an AMD move breakout at the open,
Okay.
and then I had to stop out, which I'm glad I did. The rest,
Hmm.
um, took a took a Tesla trade, and my best couple trades here were later, a little bit later. I got that the breakdown on the Qs and the SPY at 9:45. I always like this sort of ascending triangle or descending triangle setup. So a series of lower highs on the candles at an area of support. You almost always see eventually a breakdown, and got a nice move on that. And then we just did a 920 trade in the room on Tesla.
Mm.
As I was saying, I could wake up hour later and just look for these 920 trades. They just seem to be working.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, you got the VWAP pullback, which happened to be a 920. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was perfect. It was even more perfect because when you get that VWAP aligning with the roughly with the 20 EMA,
Right.
you get that sort of doubles area of support. You get the 20 and you get the VWAP. So
Right.
it's almost a guarantee of a support level there.
It's a gimme.
Yeah, it works as
Uh,
Jared said, it works 90% of the time, 100% of the time. So
That's the old the what is it? What is the movie called? News Anchor? No, what was it called? The Will Ferrell movie. 60% of the
yeah,
time, it works all the time.
n- yeah, news. What was that one?
What the Anchorman.
Anchorman.
Anchorman. That's what it was called.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Anchorman. Great movie.
You were.
The rumble scene, I always loved that.
Yeah,
The Legend of Ron Burgundy, yeah.
yeah.
Stay classy. All
So
right. Well, we're
Tesla's
getting
now kind of rolling over again here.
yeah,
As I mentioned earlier, we were probably going to see some resistance at yesterday's high, which was around 441, which is where we've pulled back from. And then we tried to take a run at that again, and this time it was a lower high. So we're now it's sort of no man's land. Um, the Qs and SPY really choppy. AMD coming back up. What about in our YouTube trading room? What anybody take any interesting trades today? I know Jared in the room in our chat room was trading Rigetti.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're
A
still
couple people.
trading LAC?
I know a couple people got some shorts on AMD, which actually did move lower, not
Okay.
aggressively, but consistently. So,
And Baba. Okay. Had some nice, had a really nice short move on AMD. And it was again kind of crazy price action. Like it, you could tell. I was focusing on AMD at the open because it was just before the last couple minutes before the open. It was really getting a lot of buying interest. So I kind of figured, that was probably a good sign it was going to pop. That's why I kind of focused my attention on that one at the open, and
right.
did get a nice pop on it. But then, yeah, it just like literally was that. Yeah, it just topped out right around 164.50 and proceeded to really roll over. I think this is a few people use this this trading book setup. They if you look at AMD, it you get this breakout and then you get a pullback and it drops below the VWAP, and then the stock will bounce. It'll come back and retest the VWAP from the underside, and a failure there is a short. And this was a really nice setup for um, that sort of a trading pattern. Can't remember who does that. Maybe one of our old moderators, Pierre, might have this in his trade book.
Mm, quite possibly.
OKLO kind of did that same sort of setup this morning as well. It kind of popped up and then had a pretty serious drop, and then came back up and retested the VWAP from underneath, rejection, and then a sell off. Interesting.
And Baba's hit a high here. Looks like
Yeah,
it's
Baba's still trying to get to 180.
mm,
Yeah, AMD has done a double bottom. So if you caught that around 160.50, that's your stop out level. So I would say the on AMD, we're kind of at the 20 EMA right now, but sort of for like a 920, but it didn't reject there, so it seems like it's getting some buying interest. Um, AMD is going to have to fight its way back up here after that pretty significant sell-off.
mhm.
Where's Apple going? Yeah, nice. If you caught that double bottom on AMD, that was a nice setup for a reversing trade. You know, when you're doing a reversal trade, you really want to look for some kind of a sign that the character of the stock price action is changing, and that would be like a double bottom, like you see with AMD, or a higher low. If that pullback had been a higher low, you know, that's kind of the indication that the sellers are done, the buyers are stepping in. Apple. Uh, Apple's rated S4 right now. If you're a pivot trader, it might hold here. It did kind of make a new low and then snap back. Um, you know, it's had a big run. Um, you know, on that. I think this is on the Apple, the 17 phone. Was pretty well received, apparently, judging by the what they call channel checks,
Yep.
which is the people going out and seeing what kind of lineups, if there are any lineups at the stores. So apparently, it was pretty popular.
Apparently.
Uh, yeah, I think we're probably getting a bit of profit taking after that because it broke out from 240. I mean, a 50% retracement would, and you've got a gap there too, right? You've got a gap between the 19th and the 22nd. So over the weekend, you had a pretty significant gap up. I mean, there's, you know, you could make an argument that it's going to go back down and fill this gap because typically stocks don't, you know, don't like leaving price gaps, sort of imbalance in buying and selling. Is it going to get back there? I'm not, I don't really know. I'm, I don't know.
Yeah, we try not to predict that because we don't know.
Yeah, it's like you know, that's an area that certainly there would be a pretty significant area of support around 245. It's also roughly a 9 EMA moving average in that area. But for the day, I would say the low is probably the I'd be looking for at this as the being the low of day right now. I always like if you know, kind of see a false breakdown like Apple did a couple minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, and it comes back right back up and starts trading back in a range. It's usually a pretty decent sign a bottom is in.
Kumar, when we talk about these R123 or S123 levels, those are pivot levels. They're called, look for studies called pivot points, and then there's variations on that. We tend to typically specifically use the Camarilla pivot points, which just has a slightly different calculation methodology than some of the others, and that they set those levels. It's basically a calculation of sort of the average move over the previous few days, and then sets um, what should I say, extension ranges past them. And it sort of shows you what the stock can or is likely to move to and through. So just look up pivot points or pivot levels.
Yeah, yeah, and there's a bunch of them, and you know, I primarily focus on 3, 4, and 6 because I don't want my chart super cluttered.
Mhm.
AMD has a fairly big order at 161.60. There's not a lot of orders to the downside, and the upside orders Like I said, 161, 162 is a little bit thinner on the order book.
Hey, Carlos, you out
And right
there?
at the VWAP. Oh no.
Yep, I'm here. What's up?
Are we doing a giveaway today?
Yes, we are. Let's do it. And I got
Okay.
2 codes from Brian. So yeah, let's do it now.
Okay.
Hey, there you
Let's
go.
do it. Let's do
Sure.
it. All right, let me get it set up. Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah, no rush. Just thought I'd ask. So before we forgot.
Um,
All right. If you want to qualify, you got to give us a thumbs up, and then we'll let you know what and then you got to put in a hashtag in there, but not yet. Don't do it yet. It won't count yet. Carlos doesn't have the tool up and running, so it won't count. You'll have to do it again. So just wait until we tell you, because we might change it. In fact, Brian, you get to pick what it's going to be today. Don't say it yet though, because people will always go crazy and they put it
okay.
in right away. You let us know when you're ready, Carlos. We can give you whatever the secret code of the day is.
Yeah. What's the code? Give it to me. We'll put it now.
Let's do in honor of Andrew reaching the peak, which if you follow him on his social media, you'll see he posted some pictures from the top of the world. Let's
Yeah.
do Andrew.
Oh, Andrew. I thought you were going to go with peak. Okay. Hashtag Andrew. All right. Why not?
All right, I like it. All right, here we go. Give it a little bit.
Now, this is.
And this is for Brian's option book. So I got 2 copies of these, right? Two codes, right, Brian? I
It's
saw your email.
actually, I think it's, I actually sent you links for the swing trading book, Profiting as
Swing
an Active
trading. Oh,
Trader, for this morning. Yeah.
nice. Nice. All right, 137. All right, let's do it,
We
friends. This is
can
the
do
first
we
one.
can do a couple of options. We can do a couple of option books later in the week, maybe.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, first one in is Tatian. Congratulations. Email me, and then we have Serena.
All right.
Congrats,
I love
guys.
it.
All right.
Excellent,
Serena,
excellent.
congratulations. And Titian Dumitrescu. All right. Awesome. Congratulations to our 2 winners of Brian's option books. Sorry, not option book, the swing trading book.
Yep. And then for our Lambos and
And
Garbage Truck members,
yeah,
we'll do
a
1
lot of
month
people have
elite.
a lot of people have said that you know, they're day traders, but they read my swing trade book and said it actually helped them with their day trading. So it's just some different perspectives on trading, because swing trading is really just day trading with a longer time frame, longer time scale. So a lot of the principles are the same, looking for setups.
There you go.
All right.
All right, and now let's do
We're getting
our monthly 1 month elite giveaway. So we'll do that now. I'm gonna skip the 5 books for today because I'm getting a lot of the code has been used. So I got to get fresh codes from Andrew to give those out
Okay.
again. So we'll start that up soon.
Okay.
But here it is, guys. Hashtag elite for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. This gets you in a 1 month elite membership. And if you already have a membership, we'll just add on another month to your end date. So, you know, if you have a membership already, you can still join in, and we'll just add that on to whatever your current membership
Yep.
is now.
Yep.
All right, so here goes, friends. Let's see who's the winner here. It's going to be Santosh H. Congratulations.
Santosh. All right. Congrats.
Congratulations.
All right, guys, all the winners, email me, and we'll get you the codes for Brian's book, and we'll get you set up with your elite membership, Santosh. Congrats.
Wow. What a tough day. What a tough day. Nothing. No setups for me. I'm just watching. Maybe I got to reboot my machine. It can make the whole day better. See if it changes the market.
That could be it.
Good
Or
luck.
just Or
Uh,
or
Dude,
go to the watch
just
Peter,
list.
restart.
Maybe
are you
that.
saying it's your fault? We had a very choppy day. Is
Maybe
your
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I wield that type of power. I'm pretty sure I don't, but hey, it's worth trying. Tesla Mountain Pass. See, yeah, Tesla. It's a choppy. It's not clean up here. It's retested like 3 times this high, and I don't. It's too. It was too weak of a move to the high. It could be. It could very well drop down to the VWAP here. The risk to reward is off for me, and the yeah, it's not good enough. Bottom line. Look at
Peter
Nvidia.
always showing the amazing discipline.
Yeah, I try.
That's
It's again. Try not to get into bad trades, which means I do miss opportunities. Absolutely, as I need to remind you guys, right? The more restrictive you are in your trade criteria, the less opportunities you're going to find. So, there'll be times I'll look at it and go, I would have won. But my experience tells me that, you tend to focus on the ones that you missed that would have worked and ignore the ones that would not have worked. And on average, fewer would work than don't. So I'm better off to stay out of it than to just jump in willy nilly. So
absolutely just take take your A plus setups
yep,
and try to avoid chasing things around when they don't really fit your trade book. But sometimes that's can be quite challenging as a as a trader because you are sitting here
yep.
and you do feel like the reason you're sitting
You
here
want
is you want to
you want to
trade.
trade? Yeah.
So sometimes you get bored and start taking trades that really you shouldn't take.
Indeed. Like LAC here is put in a sort of a double top mountain pass type thing, but I don't I don't trust it to make the mature type of pattern move that I like. So no trade for me in LAC despite displaying the characteristics of a mountain pass. Nope, there's my alarm clock reminder. Clearly I didn't turn it off properly.
SPY and Qs are kind of breaking down. SPY's back at low of day here. The air Qs are, and it looks like the SPY is heading there as well. We do have, the big number coming up this week is the PCE data. It's the Fed's favored inflation watch tool.
Mhm.
So a lot of people are going to be interested in seeing what the effects of inflation are.
Yep.
I saw an interesting article. There's an interesting article this morning about Ford, and
Mm.
they say they've been pretty much eating all the tariff costs, knowing that it's going to affect their bottom line. Um, but they've been absorbing those costs on their margin. So another, I guess, is kind of interesting. They're rolling out some incentives trying to get people to buy their vehicles. So they're going sort of down into the more risky buyer sale and offering incentives like lower interest rate borrowing for people that are interested in buying their vehicles. Damn, I
Mm.
was going to take OKLO and not a breakout there. Dang. IREN,
Uh,
that's a stock I haven't heard for a while. And then you got QUER. It's kind of a interesting day, big pop up there. I don't know what the news was
wow.
on that
Iran
one.
is. Iran is up.
What's Iran doing? Yeah, it's on a tear.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the deal with Iran? Man, it's really broken out. End of August, it's been ripping ever since.
Mm.
What do they do? AI infrastructure stocks.
Iran's an Australian company that runs data centers, but they also are into crypto. They run
Yeah,
AI. They put together AI solutions. There's a little bit of everything going
interesting.
on Iran.
Heard an interesting take. I was listening to a podcast last night. Interesting take on all these data centers. Apparently, when you add up all the costs, the data centers, 70% of the cost of a data center is in the chips.
Okay.
Um, and so, one perspective, if you want to think of it sort of in a different way, I mean, some of the big economic transformational um, things that have happened over the course of human history is stuff like when they built the railways or the internet, and then the backbone of the internet, fiber optics, and all these things like the railways and the fiber optic cables that are laid down and all the rest of that. Those all have pretty significant lifespans. Like what is a rail on a railway
Huh.
lasts
Right.
probably
Right.
40 or 50 years. And
I
then
would think.
if
Yeah.
you think about these chips are like become, I wouldn't say they become obsolete, but they become outdated within 2 years. There's a 2 year
Hmm.
cycle for new generation of chips. So these things are so to get the return on investment, because they're significant investments. So get the return on an investment on a chip that's only going to last. It's going to last longer, but it's going to slowly become outdated very quickly. So this is kind of an interesting perspective on the potential return on all these data centers that are being built. So anyway, I see Metallica or a Metallica girl, and Thor
Metallica
is
girl.
there.
Metallica girl. I like it.
All right.
All
Vanessa,
right. Well,
I can just picture you at the front of the stage with your Metallica shirt on and your glasses,
Yeah,
jumping up and down.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I just want
yeah.
the drinking Metallica, not the silver Metallica.
Okay. I should have worn my Devo shirt today. Have you seen that?
Devo.
Please,
You're
please,
all set
every
for Devo.
Wednesday we have rock
Yeah.
band shirts. Like every Wednesday, let's do this.
Man, I need to
All
step up my
right.
wardrobe now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay, guys, leave you to it. Thank you. Looking good. Talk to
Thank
you
Have a
later.
good
you.
morning.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. Like, subscribe. You know how we do this. Hello, and everybody, as we say, welcome home. We have with us every Wednesday the amazing Dr. V. Hi, Dr. V.
Hi,
Good to
how are
see
you?
you. We already know she's the reason you come. Let's not act like you're coming here to hang out with me again. You already do this all. This is the only reason Wednesday's cool for you people. So let's
Uh,
just get this out of the way. All right, now I'm
Hi,
good.
people. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. It's Wednesday again. We love Wednesdays. And today it's a special one, right?
A very special Wednesday. That is very true. Lots of cool things potentially happening today. most importantly, we have a guest on with us today. And then ever so minorly, like maybe some cool things for me and like, life stuff after this. But we'll see how, we'll see, no jinxes. But we have a guest on with us. Our guest is his name is Bhushan, and he is one of our retail traders that actually is a member of this YouTube channel. And he wanted to come in and put himself, dare I say, in harm's way. Getting in the hot seat with me and Dr. V and seeing what happens here. So we're excited to have him here. So we'll have Carlos work him in here to the mix here in just a short bit. But otherwise, Dr. V, how was your week? I know you've been a busy cat getting all of your stuff done.
Yeah, and I had a horrible day yesterday. Trading, I did some mistakes, technical mistakes that cost me a lot of money. But today I'm short ES, and so far so good. So I'm waiting for 6702.25 to
Beautiful.
potentially hit. You see, so
Hello.
today's a bad day, potentially. Let's see what happens. But yesterday was a rough day. I mean, something with the moon, maybe, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But today's a new day, right? So
Yeah,
we
and
get back
I'm short YM
more.
from R3, so I got short in YM up around 46, actually 46,770. So I got a really great entry on that one up in the R3. So, and like you yesterday, not so great yesterday for me. I had a nice Amazon, but the rest, I don't know, yesterday, not great.
Yeah, it was
So
busy.
the room's very, very happy here. I agree, Jose. Jose says with the Metallica shirt, he says you're looking hot today. So that's, ooh, Jose, flattery will get you everywhere. People say it doesn't. It's not true. It works. So you just keep that coming. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we have on with us our dude, Bhushan, man. What's up, man? How are you doing? It's good to see you, man.
I'm good. How are you? Am I audible?
Hello, nice to see you.
Hello. Nice to see you too. I'm not sure whether I'm able.
I
The
can hear
sound
you.
is not great, but I mean, you can put some subtitles.
Subtitle.
Let's do this.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you for having me here. It's really great to be here, and I'm really glad to speak to you face to face.
Thank you so much. You're so courageous. We're very happy for you to be here. It's a great way to interact with people. Like I love the chat, don't get me wrong, but this is like face to face, like I love it as a psychologist. I want to see people, so I'm happy.
absolutely. And same here for me. So the kind of things I thought maybe we'd go through here. So like one of the things we always worry about, like with the chat, is just kind of this disconnection we get. So I really like this idea, and Dr. V's who came up with this like kind of concept of being able to bring our people, into the room. And one of the things that's really important is I think we're all going through these struggles together. Like Dr. V talked about the bad day that she had yesterday. That's an experience all of us, even the most seasoned of traders, have all the time. Like being a stock trader is not being perfect. That's impossible. So when you have these moments, like how do you recover? What do you do to get over? What are these different things you can do to make sure that you're not repeating the same mistakes? Because one thing I really like from what I hear from Dr. V is yesterday she had a bad day. So today she came in and like locked into her system exactly the way she's supposed to do and said, I'm not screwing around at all. And then the fun part of that is she gets a positive result as, on the backside of that. So it's like, okay, don't perform right. You kind of get beat up, perform right, you get beat up. Can I get some positive reinforcement from the market today, please? You know what I mean? So sometimes this is kind of like a real thing I've kind of had before, like trying to deal. Like sometimes, like if you ask to be strong, you don't just get made strong, you get the opportunity to be strong. Right. So like these are those moments where I think like we really got to focus in, like we have our bad days, but these are our opportunities to really to do better. And then Dr. V shows you can grow from that and instantly the next day come back in and knock it out. So
Yeah, somebody asked me yesterday, like, how do I deal with it? Like, especially since I'm a clinical psychologist, I should know everything and I should be perfect at trading, right? Well, it doesn't work that way. So yesterday was I had a misreading of the market because I was still long biased on NQ, but it actually broke my 4-hour uptrend, so we were not uptrending anymore. But I didn't see it. I was not paying attention like I should have. And also I had a technical issue with my stop loss, my brackets, so it sucked, but whatever. What happens when I have a bad day like this is I automatically go in the, you will need subtitles for me maybe too. I go in this, what did I learn from that experience? Directly, like I'm not, yeah, maybe I beat myself up like for a couple of seconds, like, come on, like, I can't believe you didn't see that. Okay, I was not paying attention. So, but I switched directly. I'm not letting my brain take control over me. I'm like, stop. I learned this and this and this and this. So I journaled everything. I made sure that everything now is set. I have all the seat belts that I need. And then I go from there because I know that my execution was perfect. But something was missing in my recipe. I didn't put baking soda in my muffins. So I
Right.
had very, very flat muffins. Yes.
Oh, dang flat muffins.
So when life, like I always say, when life give you lemons, don't put it in your eyes.
That's my favorite. I like that. They'll put it in your eye. Everyone's like, lemonade. No, no, that's not what happens, right? So I like that. So Bhushan, buddy, I know you've done some content for on 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 your channel for those like in India that are like learning to stock trade and stuff like that. So you're getting a little bit under your belt. What do you have in this department? Like if you have a really bad loss day and you just really like, just things are just horrible today. Like what for you, what do you do to kind of help rebound from these kind of things?
Uh, Something which I have learned at very early stage of my trading career is that one skill which helped me to be where I am right now. It's risk. I'm very reserved about whatever risk I'm putting in the market. It doesn't half of my account. And at any given time, if my drawdown is in that day, I will just shut my system down anymore. So the drawdown is continued for XYZ days. I haven't been into that situation as of now, but I think it will obviously affect me psychologically, and I take some time off the market, and then I guess bound on with psychology right in place.
So Bashan, unfortunately, like I caught some pieces, but your audio to us coming from you to us is it's we're really losing a lot in between. I don't know if there's anything we can do to try and improve the audio connection. I mean, I caught some pretty good pieces of that, which is, he was speaking reference like directly to having a system and keeping with his system and just because it's one bad day, not allowing that bad day to like make systematic changes for the next day, like identify what you didn't do in the system that made the bad day and then get back to it. I got a little bit of that, but most of it was like zip bop bop chop.
Just let me connect back with the same link. Is it possible?
Yeah. Give it a second. We'll do what we do. Hey, do you remember MTV, Dr. V, with Max
Yes.
Headroom? Do you remember Max Headroom?
No.
Where it was like this, like it was everyone in the market, thumbs up if you know who Max Headroom was, just to make sure that Dr. V knows that I'm not making something up. Max Headroom. Anyone remember Max Headroom?
We have a yes.
You say watch this. Everyone, it's so Max Headroom is this like 3D character from MTV back in the day, and he would introduce MTV, and he'd be like, "Hello, everybody, body, good to all of you are here." So, but that's what that made me like, kind of like.
Krishan.
That's what made Bhushan had that like kind of going on right there. So, but if you actually watch Back to the Futures, Max Headroom is the like robot that's talking in the video arcade during Back to the Futures too.
Speaking of Back to the Futures, I cannot host my lunch session today. I have an important meeting for my clinical practice. So unfortunately, there is no Back to the Futures at lunchtime today, and I'm very sorry about it.
Okay. So
I
she's
will-
gonna owe you two all at the same time next week, so it's going to be very difficult. So, how's your short going?
My short, I'm waiting.
I mean, it's looking pretty good. Just saying.
I mean, we have a support, so I don't know. 67.7, we have a support, so I don't know.
I'm going
That's
for
phenomenal.
I'm going for S3 on YM, and it's moving quite nicely. So if ES is being as nice as YM, ES is indicator. I mean, we look like dead red on ES. So I
Oh, let's
mean,
go.
this looks so good right now to sell. So
So my
anybody
risk
else in the room short with us on these futures? I know there's a few futures saying we're always happy when we're in the same trade as Dr. V.
I have a very nice entry, and yeah, I'm very happy about this trade. So let's see.
All right. Did you get a reset going on there, Bashan? Any luck there, my friend?
Yes, I'm trying.
He's trying. We'll keep going. Luckily, we can roll with it. But yeah, keep rolling with it, man. Just we'll keep doing what we do until then. So, room, while we're hanging out a little bit and talking about this, I really and Carlos maybe said you may want to try killing the camera. Maybe if we just pull audio, maybe we can just
Oh,
get your
yeah.
Yeah,
words. Maybe that'll work.
it's a connection. If you turn off your camera, maybe the audio's a lot smoother since we're not receiving all that
Let's try
connection
that.
from you.
And then
Let's try that.
we'll have Carlos just take a screenshot of your face and then just stick it in the box.
Is it better now?
Go again. That sounded better to me. Try a longer sentence.
Is it better now that I'm speaking? Because
Yeah, that's definitely better.
I don't know. We shouldn't be having this issue because I never had this issue while video streaming. But anyways, yeah,
This
it's
is only
nowadays.
happening because we're streaming on YouTube right now. This is when this stuff
Oh,
happens. None of this ever happens whenever people aren't watching. So, but I think the sound, you are coming from like a few thousand miles in one direction or the other, depending on who we're. So, it's not too bad.
He's hiding in the closet.
yeah.
Next to the satellite.
I have pretty fast internet here, but then anyways, that's
Well, the
sorry
sound
for
is
that
much
trouble.
better, so we'll take it, man. So what were you saying there when we were talking about like getting over like kind of like a bad performance day? What was it you were saying there?
So see, the very first skill I learned while trading in the market was my risk management, and I had, I'm very reserved about my risk management. So at any given point, if I'm losing below 0.5% of my account, I straight away cut the position, and then that has helped me to be in the market to the position which I am right now. So I don't have much losses in the market beyond 0.5% of what my account size is. So I think that is impacted on my psychology, that I'm not able to take more losses than 0.5% of my account. So that is what worked for me to learn.
I like that a lot.
So what I hear is that you know how to lose now. Is that it?
Yes, I'm pretty good at that. So recent example is I have taken like 8 losses in a row, but then it's again I'm coming to the next day market, and then it's like totally fine with me, no issues with that.
And you don't let your losses impact the next day, right?
Not at all.
Okay.
So I have been doing this for I guess 5 years now. I started trading in 2019, and those phase of initial days of where you let your losses affect you, that were in the first 2 years of my trading career. But right now I am much deep into it, so I don't have those emotional problems which new traders might have in the market.
Mm. There is that like doubt that like even when you get profitable like at year like 3 and 4, because I remember this where it starts working and then you're kind of like you don't really believe like you've made it. You know what I mean? Like that new trader problem. Sometimes you screw up a little bit, then you give up, and it's really you just had like a bad week or something. But now like sometimes you just have bad weeks. It's not like a big deal.
Again, you need
Yeah. So
experience.
yeah, so right now I'm trying different markets. So previously I used to trade Indian markets, and the dynamics of those markets were quite different than what they are in US market as of now. So I'm just trying to adapt to the new market. So meanwhile I'm just trading in the simulator till I get hang on how this market is performing for me. And then after I guess 2 3 months, I'll try real account, and then I think it will probably affect me more. But one thing which Andrew did, even if you perform better in the simulator, you will eventually get paid. So that is still having some psychological pressure on you, that you have to earn, or whatever you will be earning, you will be getting paid in that. So that's quite a good move.
I really like it, and especially I really like something about how you started talking about your journey and where you are right now. There's something that I really like, and I would like to ask the chat, what is that I really like about how he opened up about where he is today compared to before? And while the chat is giving some answers, how long have you been trading for?
Uh, I have been trading for around 5 years now. I started trading in 2019, and faced all the issues which new traders would face. So, without any prior knowledge about markets, I just entered my first trade, and then initial days you always win. I don't know why that is. So after a couple of wins in a row, you get euphoric that you can do this, and then comes the loss phase, where a couple of months you face the losses, and then you understand that this is not working. You have to do your analysis first before entering the trade, and that is when the real journey begins.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah,
More
Dr. V, why do we all you talked about you've presented on literally this exact topic recently, which is this process or this progress that we just
stages.
these stages that we just always seem to have to go through. Like nobody gets out of it. Like you might think you're like a psychic or someone special, or maybe these rules don't apply to you. But every single like I have the same thing that happened to me, man. I mean, it was like the same thing. It's like came in here. It's like, oh man, this isn't too bad. Like I'm doing pretty good, pretty fast. And then you run into a little adversity. This is, this kind of outlines as like the Dunning-Kruger effect kind of a concept here. You get this false competency. All of a sudden you do so well, then it gets real, and then it's like, oh my gosh. And then you just have this slow trudging grind to like actually get the competency to be successful. But like, why do we all feel like we're gonna get to skip these stages, Doc? Like, why do we all get to like we're all feeling like, oh, I get to skip this. I'm gonna be the special one, and then we're all so disappointed when we're not.
I think the first answer to that is that we just don't know these stages. Nobody
Yeah.
taught us. Okay. But before we go on the stages, because I think it's a very good topic and we could talk maybe 5 minutes about that because it's very essential. To answer the question I was asking before, what I really liked about and why I can see why he's successful, because I think you are, right, is that you started by talking about your losing part of the game. And
Mm.
I heard a lot about losing correctly, and I heard a lot about process-oriented mindset.
So
Yes.
I
true.
never
So
heard out I never heard outcomes. I
Right.
never heard win rate or R's or stuff like that. You talked directly about losing. So thank you so much for that. It is exactly the good recipe here. Start by taking care of the losing aspect. The fact that you want to make money fast and a lot
Mm.
of money is totally detrimental. Because if you want to make good money fast, you need to risk money a lot if you want to make a lot. There's always another side to that trade. Another guy is there being long when you're short, and
Mm.
somebody will win. But if you lose, make sure it doesn't affect you that much because you might have to re-enter that trade later in the day. Okay, so if it doesn't work the first time you enter, don't lose too much money. It's like investing, okay? You don't put all your money in Tesla, right?
Unless you're
So,
Elon. I mean, if you're Elon Musk, you put all your money in Tesla because you just keep buying and then tell everyone later. I mean, it's okay. You get it. I think this happened for me very similarly. I think I found my My confidence, I think, in my trading didn't really come from when I knew what the outcome was going to be, but when I was confident of what my participation would be. Right. And I've actually said this about just confidence in general. Like nobody ever knows what's going to happen, right? Confidence is knowing what you're going to do based upon what could happen. And then knowing you could do those things. Like, do I know like this new like amazing experience I'm having is going to work out for me? No, but I do know if it doesn't work out, I'm going to be fine. Right. So I'm confident in my ability to recover. So am I worried about going into it? Of course not. And that's the same thing with my trades. Since I have a very specific amount of risks that I'm putting in, and I know I'm not going to lose any more than that, I'm not really concerned with getting into the trade. If that concept gives you anxiety, listen to your gut. You're too oversized. You're going too fast. You're pushing too hard. Trading should be boring, right? If you're getting into a trade and when you push that button, you start like getting all of this anxiety going. You are not worthy yet to be putting money into the market. And I'm not trying to discourage y'all. I'm trying to save your money, right? Most people that blow up out of this thing, they toast a few $1,000s before they get away. I'd rather you just figure out you don't like this before you lose your money. Right. I'm responsible to you in both directions on this, but the most important thing I want to do is make sure you don't waste your hard-earned money and you don't gamble it before you're ready to at least give this thing a fair share. Right? Be in sim, stay in there a long time. Listen to what Dr. V says. Focus on the performance side of things. That way, when you throw in real money, you got an actual decent chance of making some money with it, you know?
Yeah. And if we go back to our guest, are you still there in the closet?
We have a picture
Yes,
now.
I am.
We have a picture now. You can see his
Yeah,
face. It's a
thank
good
you.
picture too.
Thank you, Carlos. That's amazing.
He's such a pro.
So what, if I ask you, like, what happened when it kind of shifted in your brain at some point? You were developing the trader brain and you had some switch happening for you, like something clicked. What would be the turning point for you?
Yeah, so if I have to mention that, so after 6 months, I guess, down in the trading journey, after making continuous losses in the markets, my brain shifted from earning profits to recovering the losses. So that is when what I was planning on doing in the market is just I want to get my money back from the market, and then after that I'll be disciplined. I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do the proper analysis, and then I'll enter the markets. But will that work for anybody? Obviously not. I continue to make losses after that, and uh, the shift that happened is I need to let go of whatever happened in the past, and I need to take care of losses henceforth, so that I'll be able to sustain in the market for longer run. So there is a stat that 92% of traders fail in the market, and the common mistakes they do. They don't follow their risk management, they don't let their winners run, all those things everybody knows, it's present everywhere. But if you just develop one skill at the start of your trading journey, you are ahead of 50% of the crowd. So from the 90%, you are anyways ahead of 50% of the crowd. So I think I implemented that at very early stage after 6 months down the line in my trading. And by the end of the first year, I was a break-even trader. So I was quite happy with it. I was not losing anything in the market, as well as I was not gaining anything from the market, cut the commissions. And since then, I never looked at. So yeah, so the shift from to not focus on earning in the market rather than just staying in the market and managing your risk.
So what would be, because the sound was not great again, at least for me, what would be like the take-home message from that? Or like the key points to pay attention when you're a developing trader struggling?
One thing I would want everybody to focus on is the risk management. So if you want to be in the market for longer run, just manage your risk. Just don't let your losers run. Cut your losses at very initial stage, and that will help you to be in the market for longer run. And eventually, some or the other time, you will learn something from the market, and that will work for your edge in the market. So So that is how precisely I was in the market for 5 years. I did not ever let my losers run beyond like initial 6 months after that. And with time I just learned new things in the market, and that helped me to be in the market and make profits, from the setups I have been implementing in the market. So
Mm. Yeah, I like that a lot. That makes I definitely resonate with that. Like I think for me that was the same thing. It was all about my capital preservation. Once I was really like in control of my losses, that allowed me to start focusing on what profit I was capable of making. But until I stopped the bleeding, it was really hard to start even like healing or moving forward. You know, you have to recover from that. There's a lot to do. So that I resonate with that a lot.
And maybe I want to say something about cutting the losses, okay? Because a lot of traders, they have no problem stopping out, but they do stop a lot. They do stop out a lot. Sorry.
Mm.
I'm speaking a different language today for some reason.
Well, I mean, your native language is French. So, I mean,
A French Canadian, which is different
French
than
Canadian. Yeah, I know. I only know the wrong French.
like the country French, I guess. I mean, we had to survive very hard winters, okay? We were not like stuck in a castle waiting for some servant to come, right?
Yeah, not by
Um,
a little chateau with some grapes or whatever, right?
right. We had to be strong and give birth in the snow, okay? So,
Walking uphill in both directions.
anyways, I wanted to talk about cutting losses, okay? Because the idea is not to take random trades, having a suffocating stop loss, and then stopping out all day. I get it. You stop out, but your stop doesn't make sense. Your stop is at the technical level where you are technically wrong. Not because you freak out about losing that money, because you are wrong according to your system. And wider stops are better. I'm not saying go all the way to, I mean, craziness, okay? I'm not thinking about wide, but maybe you want to consider the last swing high or the last low when you go short or long, okay? Because technically, if we take the last swing high, we're not going short anymore. That means we're making a higher high, which changes the market structure. So you see, being very technical takes the emotion away. So when you are developing a system for yourself, make yourself that favor. Have stops that make sense
Mm.
and test your stops as well because you're a scientist. So maybe you put your stop at the last swing high and low, and then after 20 trades, you say, well, I could just put my stop at the last swing high or low just before the trend break, not the low of day or the high of day. Because when the trend breaks work at the key level I'm watching, it is enough usually 80% of the time. So I'm gonna change where I put my stuff. But you need data, okay? So don't suffocate your plays. And then what happens is that you will step out, the play will still be valid, and you will re-enter and re-enter and re-enter, being $500 in the hole when you were still right the first time.
Mm.
System-based, why do I take a short? So today I was interested in a short in the indices because the 4-hour chart was more bearish than bullish. So I picked my side and I said, I'm going to have more conviction based on my system to trade the cams bearish. And good news, I had a lower and wider range. So R3 we go, right? So this is a decision-making process and I don't have to think about anything else. So when you cultivate that, you don't care about tomorrow, yesterday, what happens, okay? You are trading the same way every day. But maybe I'm a little traumatized because yesterday NQ was reversing 1 point from because now it looks
YM just did the most beautiful trend line continuation I've seen
I
in quite
know.
a while. I'm still holding my short, and I'm actually watching it follow the trend down right now, and it just pulled back, went right to the trend line to within the tick, and then came right off of it and started selling around. So
They work.
I've already hit one target on YM, and then I got back in off the open price to go again with a wider stop because I thought we were still going to keep selling. So I'm going for another hit on this one.
So let's see. I'm 1 point away from target, which is the
Oh,
hardest.
let's go. Come on.
It's
Go
the
get it.
hardest part. Like yesterday, NQ did it for me like twice, like 1 point away. So now I'm traumatized. So it does something to your brain,
Yeah, it
especially if
does.
you're watching. Like now I'm watching it, so it's not good, right?
My favorite thing to do is show trades like this on YouTube and trigger momentum traders. Like they
Yeah.
get so mad at me but people understand this that the market, the algorithm is fishing for participation, right? So it's gonna make it a little too high. It's gonna make it
Yeah.
just a little too low, right? To make you do some stuff. And it's like these wick outs are just, there we go, it dropped. Come on. Did that fill you? That was like 6703 on ES. Did you get dropped on? Are you on
No,
NQ right now?
it's 2.25. I'm 2.25, so
Gosh darn it.
maybe. Oh my gosh.
I hate this thing.
The history repeats itself.
It's good.
No.
The order book, the not the order book, the volume on this thing, it was a hard sell right now. So I mean it still looks good. We're just getting near S3, so we're starting to hit our buyer blocks now. So we're getting into our buyers.
But S3 is at 6701, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we should go for S4 today, not S3. Like we should not be along at S3. The long today should be at S4 for the lower range. So we should be going down. And monthly R4 is 6687, sitting right in front of today's S4. So that's a beautiful spot today for ES to go to.
So, Umberto, I'm not taking my profit because I'm process oriented. My trade is that my target is near S3. I always do the same thing. If I go for CP, I go a little bit above CP. If I go for S3, I go a little bit above S3. And I'm not going to take profit because now it is a discretionary trade and I don't want to be a discretionary trader. I
Yep.
trade process oriented. So seeing money is being outcome oriented. And I don't even look at the money. I want to follow my trading process. I mean, it is what it is. And then I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to reassess at the end of the month. I'm going to look at my profit targets, were they hit or not, but if I change the rules because of my emotion of being scared of losing money, I don't have the trader brain anymore. I'm a human. And I don't want to be a human in the markets because they're going to eat me alive.
No, you want to be a performer, right? And that's the thing. You're talking about a performance-based brain, right? So one of the things my performance, I was a musician through high school and everything, and I was so fortunate to be instructed by a lady named Valerie Gillespie. And she was just amazing. But one of the things she would always say is you can't think and perform at the same time. Those aren't two things that go together. Performance is a feel. So you have to think first, right? So when you're trading, if you're thinking and trading, you're late. You're wrong. You're not where you need to be. You're not in the game. You're not in the flow. You're not in the process. You shouldn't be thinking. Thinking happens after. When you're done trading for the day, when the market is closed, you get it up in there, you analyze, and that's when you get to turn your brain back on and do it. So that would be like Dr. V made this really amazing comparison to me for like a clinical trial for trying a new medication, right? You don't vary the trial in the middle of the trial. You run the trial and then you read at it and then you change, okay, well, now I want to change this. Now I want to change that. Okay, run the trial. Then
Yeah,
I want to
after
change
a
this. I want to change
sample.
this.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he's doing exactly the same thing because let's say that every time you try the medication on someone, it works. Like the symptoms go away, you're happy, and you're like, okay, we have a medication. Let's go sell it. Sell it. Everybody can take it. Well, it's not because you have a winning trade that you have a system that works, and it's not because you have a losing trade that your system doesn't work or you're a bad trader.
Yep.
It's about growing. It's about performing. It's about not caring. The price is literally 1.75 points away from my target.
Mm.
I don't want to react
Yep.
because the markets, they want me to react.
Yes, they do. That's their literal job, right? A specialist's entire job is to fulfill transactions, to entice participation. This is what they do. They want you to do something. And if you do it when they want to, they win. If you do
And
it when you want to, you maybe win. You got a shot. There's no guarantees.
yeah, and I mean, if for me, it's more if my trade goes all the way back to break even, okay? For me, it is more costly to exit a trade prematurely based on profits. It costs my psychology
Mm,
because when I do that, I stop trusting myself and my process because it is what it is. If I take my profit, I'm not trusting the process anymore,
hmm
which is
Exactly.
not helping me. So yeah, I'm gonna secure my gains, walk away with money, but do I walk away with trading psychology?
No.
No,
If anything, in this moment, you've 100% validated that you cannot hold a position.
exactly.
Like you will, everyone out here, this is going to sound super basic, and I know I love hitting you with super basic stuff, right? You will hit 0% of the positions you don't hold for, right? If you're not holding for the target, you can't hit the target. It's just not how it works, right? I know it's like, wait, yeah, it's not gonna. So if you're in a thing and you're going for a target, now I'm not saying hold for a static target. I'm quite the opposite, right? I don't care if it's 2 Rs, 4 Rs, 3 Rs, levels. I'm saying find a target, pick a target, and use it. If you're getting out, there has to be an empirical reason that you can test and track and adhere to. Makes a new 5-minute high, loses one of V's amazing trend lines. You know what I mean? Something has occurred that has now made this happen. And then you can go back over time and you can say, oh, well, look, I get out every time it breaks the trend, but that actually just stops me out. And then it runs and hits my target. Okay, maybe I don't do that. Or I had VWAP, but you know what? I'm not even using VWAP anymore. So maybe I just pull that off. Right. So, but it's empirical evidence. You think after, perform during, rigorously without exception. And I think if there was any edge that maybe I brought to the beginning part of my journey in trading was the fact that I had that experience with Valerie, who had taught me kind of how to really approach this performance aspect. And I think I was able to get through maybe a little bit better than some of my peers at the time, because where they were more focused on the outcome, I was already focused on writing this. You know what I mean? I was, I wrote this entire book like, 4 years into my journey. I had completely detailed out every aspect of how I wanted to interact with the market. And I've been doing it that way for over 5 years now, and it works. So it's like, but I've always been very process oriented. I mean, I was an IT guy. I wrote standard operating procedures for a living. So, I mean,
And again, it's yeah. And what are your thoughts on that? Would you take the money, Bushan, or what would be your process? If let's say that you look at the trade, it's very close to your profit target. What do you do? And it's like looking like it wants to turn away. What are your rules?
Am I still audible now? Because
yeah,
I
I
have
think I
been
hear you.
trying to. Yeah, that's fine. So I am in the same trade with you guys from the pre-market in the ES, and I have been also. I'm also waiting for the S3 to be hit, and I'm just not even looking at the position as of now. It's just because Thor mentioned that it is gonna hit your target, so that is why I just looked at my position. But yeah, I don't prematurely exit my position before getting to the target.
So there you go. So you're holding with us, with me.
With V,
E-
really. None of
Yes.
us actually took this trade other than V got it. We just all copy traded V's trade, which is actually quite good for me these days.
So we're holding. You
Actually,
see, so
I entered quite early. Actually, it's around 4 o'clock in the morning UTC. I think the first reoffer, which was on very low volume.
Mm.
it's so funny. But I picked a great profit target because we're really hovering like above that level. Like it's a
Oh
good
yeah.
level.
It's gonna hit it, and it's gonna slam it with authority when it does it. It's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait to watch. It's gonna be
It's 1 point. It's so like that's why I don't look at my trades as well. Like I don't look at my trades. I
it's
have my
you,
alert.
it's Bashan, it's like half of the members of this chat, just a whole bunch of contracts just sitting right there, just a
Yeah,
nice
like
nice bid wall. All people looking to buy their short covers right there. The price is like now someone's front running it, just pissing everybody off.
like come on, just we're here, we're here.
Like so rude. Like it's gonna be so cathartic though when it happens, everyone, right? Like it's like
Yeah,
but
if
it's
it
like
happens,
watching paint dry. You know, you're just like
exactly.
why did it move? It took it like 5 minutes to move from 6711 down to like 6703, but it's taking it like an hour to get from 6703 down to our target. Here we go. Come on.
275. Do I
I,
have
I
275?
I just saw a little volume come in there. Come on, I got excited there for a second. I thought that was it.
This is so
It
entertaining.
feels like it, right? Like I can see the volume trickling in a little bit more now, but there is a buyer that's absorbing it. It's beautiful.
No, it's not beautiful. He has to calm down.
He needs to calm down. Stop buying, you whoever you
Not
are.
yet.
What do you need? 6702 and a quarter?
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
I know.
That's like one of my positions. Like that's how annoying my
Yay! It
Yay!
happened!
It
Yay!
happened. She's filled.
Finally!
Woo! Good behavior, well rewarded, folks. That's how you do it. So, for the record, that is how you do it, people. Not today, yesterday, right? Yesterday, busy day, life gets crazy. Sometimes you get out of sorts. Sometimes you have a bad day. You do not let that day define you. That bad day is not who you are. That bad day is who you are when you have a bad day, right? So like you need to get back to being you and a good day. S3, we got Bashanfield. So now like
Yay!
so
Yes,
you
finally.
this is exactly. So this is, but this is who you should be when, and so now look back. What were the, because a lot of the times when you make errors in the market, it's not your system. It's actually you, right? But don't doubt your system because you misperformed. And that's why we perform, then we think, right? We perform, then we think. Anytime we're thinking first, oh, maybe I can do this fun thing. Maybe I can do this weird thing. Maybe I can size up. Boom. Oh, look at the volume. I told you it was going to be cathartic when it came through. Look at all that volume now as we break
That
through
was
there.
a very good target because I
So
mean we
good.
stayed on top of it and then bam, we went for it. Like
So
beautiful.
good.
So
Oh.
good. So ES is not a B like NQ yesterday. I'm really happy. But NQ is a B all the time, so I should have
It,
known better.
it can be. It can be. So but these are those moments where, and it's so nice to see, for everyone on the YouTube to see this, we have multiple traders here. Each one of us obviously have varied methodologies for how we trade, but the underlying principles are the same here, right? So, but risk management is hard. That's what makes trading hard. If you fail to stop and preserve capital, you will damage your account, right?
Yeah.
It's just an inevitable thing. If you cut your positions too early, you will never make money, right? So these are just things you have to get comfortable with to be a good trader. And you can see the difference, in the, it's like Dr. V just made this beautiful money. Bashan just made this beautiful money, and it was the least work either of them have ever done in their entire lives, other than watching it on camera with us. Like if both of them were off doing their own things, which is what they normally would have been doing, they would have just gotten filled and had an alert pop up on their phone. And they would have went, oh, nice, grand, right, done. You know what I mean? Everyone happy. So, but we had to make them watch and endure the slow, painful rigor of being an arranged trade. Good stuff. Fun. Good job,
So
people.
true.
I mean, it is hard. That part where you have to not touch anything. I get it. It's hard because your brain switches to outcome oriented very fast when it sees money. Okay.
Mhm.
My target was $959. Okay. But when I was at 800, your brain starts saying, like, come on, like, are you greedy? Like, stop being greedy. It's not
Yeah.
about being greedy. It's not about being greedy. Somebody said that to me the other day, too. Like, oh, maybe you were greedy. I was not greedy. I
Nope.
was following my target. I don't care about the money. It's
Yep.
just a number on my screen. I don't care. Really, I mean it. Okay,
That is
you
a
need.
hard part of growing as a trader when you start going from this introductory $25 risk, $50 risk, and then you start pushing for 250. You have to realize you're risking in 1R what you used to try to make in a day. You know what I mean? So it can feel greedy, but I mean, we're here to make money, right? People, we love money, right? Don't we? Everybody in the chat who loves money, give me a hands up if you love money,
We
right?
love money, but we love the process because money follows the process. Money doesn't follow you, it
Uh,
follows a process.
I'm in your
What?
process now. YM is almost to S3. My target's like at 46,504. So now YM's wiggling around in front of S3
Ooh,
also.
feeling the
So
heat.
I'm going
So
through
we
the same
are on
thing.
the hot seat, by the way, guys. Okay, it's not only Bushan today. We are on the hot seat. That's
So I'm
fun.
in, I already hit one full target on YM. So then I re-entered with two full-size contracts of YM this time. So if I hit this target, it'll be like 1,800 for this target. So
Yay.
it'll be about around a 3K day if we hit this one. So
Again, we don't talk about profit. We try not to, right?
no,
Because
no, don't matter either way.
it
Either way,
took
it's a
it took
winning
9
day.
years to reach. For me, it took 3 years, and you, it took 9 years. I still have so many things to learn. Okay, and you, I mean, you had that kind of,
Whoa.
but 9 years later,
Yeah, but
so
can I be honest about that? 9 years later, but after starting to work with you within a couple of months. So yeah, there it is. That's three, baby.
yay!
Two,
Good job, people.
there we go. So,
Yay!
it's true, like that, but I could not move from trading micro contracts to trading full-size contracts, right? And I had the account size, I have a system, and I couldn't quite give myself permission, if you will, to just say, hey, go for it. And one of the things this is how I first met Dr. V, was actually at the Bear Bull Trader. She did this amazing TEDx BBT presentation. And I had to talk to her because I was like, I really feel like this brilliant person can help me here. And I did, and over a course of a couple of conversations, like really worked with her and heard what she had to say. I was like, all right, maybe I can do this, right? So, and then over time, I put in the hard work, but now, I mean, you're talking about carrying two full-size contracts from 4670 to 46,500. I mean, a 200 handle move with two full contracts that would not have ever been possible in my trading career prior to working with Dr. V. So
I'm so happy
just a
for
little
you.
shout out for the doctor.
I'm so happy for you.
So
Good job. So you see, we're always learning. Even after 9 years, we have to push the boundaries again and again. It's growing. Trading means growing all the freaking time. There's never a stage in your journey that you will just sit down and just be like, oh, I reached profitability. There's nothing else I can do now. No, it's not a destination, it's a process. And Humberto, you're saying that I proved you wrong. I didn't prove anything. I was executing my trade. That's it. You could have been right. The price could have reversed all the way and stuck me out.
I mean, she
It's
did though. I mean, it's
proving.
okay. We can just no, I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm just
But it's
kidding.
not an ego thing.
I'm just
I
kidding.
don't care, but
I'm just
it's,
kidding.
it's interesting. Yeah. I mean, you need to switch gears. You have a different brain when you trade.
It's a mindset. It really, really is. And not all people roll the same mindset. It's a process. Remember, you're going to go through, not everyone, like this is home run stuff. I'm not saying swing for home runs if you have been a trader for 2 months. You know what I mean? If anything, I'd say go for the consistency of small targets. Once you get the consistency of small targets and don't worry about the money or the outcome, just worry about the consistency of your small targets. And then as that consistency builds. Give yourself permission to start swinging for the fences a little bit. Let your statistics tell you when you're a good enough batter to start trying to put a little more wood on the ball. And if you start doing that, then boom, you can see what this happens. But you have to be willing to give yourself that permission sometimes. Like, trading is risk. And that's where I think Dr. V really helped me out, was allowing me to cope with just the concept of the risk, like giving myself permission to just freaking go. Like, dude, you've got the stats, you've got the skill set, you've got the system, you've got, like, why are we not doing this already? Like, come on. So, and she gave me some clear rules for when to do that. And so I did that on this YM trade, actually, was what her and I had talked about, which is I went on a regular size position. And then when it worked and I was feeling really good about it, I loaded the next one so that I could go a little bit bigger, knowing that I had already been in a good position on it, and then got a really nice move. So, Dr. V, you're awesome.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I mean, that
I
makes
even
me...
got Dr. V glasses, so I look smarter.
Yay! Hold on, I'm sure there's special glasses.
No, they are. They're the blue blocker ones, because I was getting
Okay.
headaches. I was on the computer so much.
Before we end the show, I would really like to thank Bashan for today. Do you have like another take-home message for the traders, for us today?
One thing, am I audible again?
Yep.
Just asking. Yeah, just one thing. If Carlos could activate the camera for 1 second, I just wanted to show something which has helped me a lot in my trading journey.
I'm just dancing the wait away.
That was did we lose him again?
No, I'm right here. I'm just
Oh, there you
waiting.
Okay. You were. She's like,
I was
she's just
saying,
in.
is there
Go ahead, bud.
is there any way? Hello?
Yep.
We can hear you. You want to
Is
show
there
us
any way?
something?
Yes. I want to show you something. Just if Carlos could activate the camera for 1 second.
I don't know what's the name of the tree behind me. I'm not good with tree names. Hey!
Well,
You're so
you're in
sweet.
Canada, so there's a 3-to-1 odds on it being some version of a
Oh
maple.
my gosh, I had a bird just going through my window. Poor thing. Oh, he's okay. Wow. He was coming. He was coming. That's so sweet. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
this thing. So I'll just turn off my camera.
Yeah.
I need to get my book ready now. Like, let's go. Let's do it.
Look at me. Yeah. So this thing.
Yeah.
It's really amazing, people. You should get your hands on the book, and that has helped me a lot. Getting used to what I'm doing as of now. So yeah.
It's upside down, the other one. It's upside down.
Don't forget, you can pick up a complete day trading system on Amazon, not to be confused with Tradebook, How to Build a Complete Trading System, also on Amazon. One co-authored by Thor, one authored by Andrew Aziz, one authored here. Okay, sorry. Oh my gosh. Andrew knows I love him so much, and that doubles his book sales every time I do that, for the record. Just so you know.
When you present it upside down, you mean?
Yeah, it just makes people into it more. They're just like, this seems like a book I'd want to.
Speaking of Andrew, is he safe? Does somebody know?
He is safe. We actually did get contact from him that he is off the mountain and coming back down. And apparently he has most of his extremities. I don't know which one is there and which one's not, but I see all 10 fingers. So we're just gonna have to guess. So I just, let's just hope he's okay. No, I'm just kidding. He's fine.
Thank you. All right. So next week, I would like to present the stages because we didn't have time to talk about it. But the stages, traders go through like some process too. We go through stages And you will see that there's a lot of stages before you ever maybe qualify to make money in the markets. Okay, so don't miss that. And I'm so sorry, no back to the futures today. We're not going back to the future today. Okay, we will go back to the futures next week. I'm so sorry about it. Thank you so much, everyone. That was fun.
Thank you, Dr. V. It was great having you as always. Everybody, always welcome to your trading home with your market alchemists here, trying to teach you all of the ways of the market. So we will see you next weekend, and if you need, or next week, Wednesday. And if you need anything otherwise, let us know. Anyone else wants to come on the show and hang out with us, send me an email, thor@bearbulltraders.com, and you can also be on the hot seat. So I'll see you then.
And give some love to our guests, please. Okay.
Bhushan, awesome hanging with you, buddy.
Yeah. It was not easy with the sound and everything in the closet. So thank you so much, Bhushan. Thank you everyone for watching today. We love you.